coverage of high school basketball on RoCo Radio will start in 2 minutes. High school basketball on RoCo Radio, and your pregame show will start in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Local coverage of McMichael High School, Morehead High School, Reidsville High School, and Rockingham County High School on the hardwood will start in 1 minute. High school basketball on RoCo Radio will begin in just 30 seconds. The following is a presentation of RoCo Radio Sports. Local high school basketball on RoCo Radio, your home for local coverage of Reidsville High School, McMichael High School, Morehead High School, and Rockingham County High School, capturing the rivalry games, the important moments, the accolades and the accomplishments, the big shots and the even better assists, and so much more with our high school basketball coverage here on RoCo Radio and RoCoRadio.com. We bring you to the hardwood thanks to our wonderful sponsor, whose passion is to highlight the student athletes on the basketball court, as well as the coaches that help mentor them on and off the field. High school basketball on RoCo Radio is brought to you by Tri-State Steel in Reidsville, distributing quality metals for over 30 years. Our clients range from mom and pop shops and building contractors to large manufacturers and fabricators. Visit us at our 6,000 square foot, fully stocked retail metal superstore at 2513 Richardson Drive, where we can help you meet your homeowner or hobbyist needs. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. and Saturday from 8 a.m. till noon. From pipe bollards to square tubing to finger guard material and more, our retail metal superstore has several quality metal products in stock in various sizes and ready to be cut to your exact specifications. Call for a quote today at 336-280-4859. That's 336-280-4859 for Tri-State Steel, a valued community member. We now take you courtside for our pregame show as we get you ready for tip-off here across Rockingham County and beyond. It's high school basketball on RoCo Radio and RoCoRadio.com.
Hello and welcome in here live on RoCo Radio. So happy to have you along for Reidsville versus Morehead here in Eden. Got girls basketball coming up very soon, about 6 minutes from tip-off, and then immediately after that we will have some high school basketball action between Morehead and Reidsville boys. So first we're going to go ahead and get to the interview with Coach Corey Price head coach of the Morehead Panthers. After that, we'll get to the interview with Coach Deanna Solomon. I'm Jay Ramey of RoCo Radio here with Coach Corey Price of the Morehead Panthers. Coach, coming off of a super long winter break, how is your team feeling coming out of that?
Well, without having a lot of practice due to weather and abilities to get to school to practice, my girls still feel pretty confident. We did get in practice and one day and ran through plays, did what we were supposed to. It's like they didn't miss a beat, so we're just looking forward to having some confidence and moving forward with Reidsville today.
You've played against Reidsville twice. It was 48-35 in December, then last month 60-39. What was a difference between those two games, and what do you think your team needs to replicate from those games to get the win?
Since the first two times we played Reidsville, we have learned more in the way of the game as far as game IQ, where the ball needs to be, where we need to be in open space. So I think moving forward and being able to move the ball around will definitely be a positive for us.
Your team has had some struggles at home. Do you think that that's just a result of like scheduling, or what would be the case there?
Typically our last few games at home have been against tough opponents. So on the road we've played, I don't want to call them weaker opponents, but we just haven't played the same teams here that we've played on the road.
Your team seems to be in the mix for a home playoff game. How important is it for your team to secure that?
The playoffs in general is huge for this team because it has been 15 to 20 years since the playoff run for them. So not only getting to the playoffs is an accomplishment, but having a home game would be first and foremost the biggest deal for them to be able to showcase their skills at that level.
It's Coach Corey Price of the Morehead Panthers. Thank you so much, Coach. All right, so that was Coach Corey Price. You just heard from her, and we're going to get to a quick interview with Coach Deanna Solomon, see what she had to say about today's game. I'm here with Coach Deanna Solomon of the Reidsville girls basketball squad. Coach, you've played this Morehead team twice, and it's been two kind of different games, but you lost to them. Not games that were like blowouts or anything. They were in reach. What do you think happened in those two games that your team could fix in this one to get the win?
We've just got to play from the beginning to the end. We can't take any time off.
And running through some of your players, what you want to see from them, what would you like to see from Denaria Blackwell?
She's got to take over the game and change the pace.
What about Montia Blackwell?
I need her to hit the boards the whole game.
And Andrea Blackwell?
Play defense and get steals.
Other than that, your two other starters in the last game, I believe it was Lariah Whitaker and was it Caden Chestnut? Yeah, Caden Chestnut, and she's out with a concussion, so who's going to be filling her role?
Number 33, Draylon Lawson.
Okay, what do you want to see from your bench coming into this one?
They just got to come in with energy, be ready to play and know what's going on.
That's Coach Solomon of the Reidsville Rams. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
And looking at the tail of the tape between these two squads, Morehead is 9-7, Reidsville 4-8. Morehead 4-1 and second in the conference. Meanwhile, Reidsville is 3-3 in conference play, and they are tied for third. In the RPI, Morehead is ranked 33rd, Reidsville ranked 45th. According to high school overtime's projections, Morehead would be the 18 seed in the East. Reidsville would be the 22 seed in the East. Those aren't concrete. Sometimes there's errors, but it kind of shows you the general area that these teams are in. Now, oddly enough, and I alluded to it in the first interview, Morehead is 3-4 at home. So they're doing much better away from home, winning 6 out of the 9 games they played. Reidsville is 3-2 on the road. Looking at the coaches' records, Deanna Solomon, since she's taken over, they've went 65-69. And Coach Corey Price, since last year, is 13-34. She took over last year. Reidsville averages more points per game with 40.5 compared to Morehead's 35.3. But Morehead's games are lower scoring, so Morehead only gives up 34.8 points per game. Reidsville gives up 51.8, meaning that the margin of victory, or loss in Reidsville's case, is negative 11.3. Meanwhile, Morehead's winning their games by just half a point per game. These teams played twice. First game, it was 48-35. Morehead with the victory in a neutral site tournament game in December, but I think it might have been played here. So it's kind of neutral site, but not really neutral site. And in game 2, we covered that one. It was last month, and it was 60-39. Morehead won that one. The two teams stayed close in range with one another for the first 3 quarters, and then Morehead broke away towards the very end. So Morehead is 4-1 in the conference. Reidsville 3-3 in the conference. Reidsville is tied for third with Carver. They were tied for third with Carver and McMichael till McMichael lost in last night's conference game. We covered that on RoCo Radio. But if Reidsville won this game, they would take the undisputed number 3 spot in the Mid-State Conference, which is important because if the tournament gets shoved down to 4 teams, then you want to definitely have a firm grip on a top 4 spot, and they don't have a firm grip on that right now. We're about to get to the Star Spangled Banner and the starting lineups. Not sure if they'll play the Star Spangled Banner before the girls' game and the boys' game or just before the boys' game. But we'll see. Thanks for joining us on RoCo Radio, Facebook, YouTube, Substack, and RoCoRadio.com. So happy to have you along. We'll hand it over to the PA announcer.
Basketball matchup as the Morehead Panthers welcome the Reidsville Rams. Our officials for this evening's contest are Victor Childs, Wade Krause, and Derek Purdue. Here are your starting lineups for this evening's contest. First, for the visiting Reidsville Rams, starting at guard, sophomore, number 11, Shalia Childs. And starting in guard, sophomore, number 12, Denaria Blackwell. And starting in forward, freshman, number 21, Montana Blackwell. And starting in forward, sophomore, number 24, Andrea Blackwell. And starting in forward, sophomore, number 33, Andrea Lawson. The Rams are led by head coach Kimberly Perkins. Correction, head coach Deanna Sullivan, assistant coaches Kimberly Perkins and Serena H. And here's your starting lineup for the Morehead Panthers. Starting at guard, sophomore, number 1, Taisha Martin. And starting at forward, junior number 3, Madeline Wade. And starting in forward, freshman number 12, Nariah Cobb. And starting in forward, senior number 20, Kimberly Morris. Number 23, Leah Adams. And starting at guard, senior number 14, Destiny Minter.
So the 10 players on the court to start this thing off will be Chalia Challenge, Denaria Blackwell, Montia Blackwell, Andrea Blackwell, and Draylon Lawson in Reidsville jerseys. On the Morehead side, they've got Taisha Martin, Madeline Wade, Nariah Cobb, Destiny Minter, and Aaliyah Abernathy as the starters. Set to jump at mid-court. They've got Taisha Martin. One of the smaller players in the lineup is on the Morehead logo, set to jump, and she will be jumping with, I believe that was Montia Blackwell, who's noticeably taller, and she easily wins the tip. So Morehead gets back into a zone defense as Reidsville takes over with 7 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the first. We are underway here on RoCo Radio. Thank you so much for joining us. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. At the top of the key now on the near side, it's Denaria Blackwell. She gives it to Andrea Blackwell, who goes left. Andrea picks up her dribble and gives it to Denaria. On the volleyball line, she goes left. She's in front of Morehead's bench. Now she spins into the paint and puts it up and in. A 2-0 Reidsville lead as they score on the first possession. Going the other way will be Taisha Martin. Martin wearing number 1, crosses the Panther logo, almost loses her dribble, recovers, picks it back up, and gives it to Wade. Wade back to Martin. Inside, it's Abernathy. Out to Wade. Now a corner 3. Destiny Minter. No good. Rebound is tipped out of bounds. They'll say it was last touched by Montia Blackwell. Went off the freshman's hands last, so Aaliyah Abernathy will inbound for the Morehead Panthers. Abernathy slaps the basketball and gives it to Minter in the corner. She's double-teamed, tosses it over their heads to Abernathy, who makes a nice spin move, but missed it on the turnaround jumper. Going the other way is Andrea Blackwell, who will slow things down, let her offense reset. Denaria Blackwell has it on the far side wing. She dribbles right, gives it to Andrea, and Andrea hits the 3. Andrea Blackwell makes it 5-0. in favor of the Reidsville Rams. Minter inbounds to Taisha Martin in the backcourt, who loses it off her right hand. It'll stick on this half of the court. Reidsville basketball now. Morehead won the first two games. They won the first one by 13 and the second one by 21 against this Reidsville team, and they now find themselves in a 5-0 hole, a minute 25 into it, here on their home court. Inbound on the far side corner. Now it's thrown and caught by Andrea Blackwell. Almost had it stolen. She gets it to Denaria at the top of the key. Back to Andrea. She tries another three. Not that time. Offensive rebound, though, and fouled on the way up is Montia Blackwell, who will head to the line and try to score second chance points. Here comes free throw number 1 of 2 for Denaria Blackwell. Excuse me, Montia Blackwell. She misses the first and gets set for the second one. They put 6:21 on the clock as she will miss the second one, but it goes off Abernathy. And a fight for the basketball ends up with it in Denaria's hands, but they say she touched the baseline. Morehead Panthers will go right to left, and they're struggling to get it up court, breaking a press. Back and forth, they hand the ball as Taisha Martin has it slip through her fingers, and it goes into the scorer's table. Here with 6:07 to go in the first. Across the midcourt, Denaria Blackwell dribbles on the Panther logo and goes right. Pauses at the volleyball line and passes to Challens. Challens over to Andrea Blackwell. Andrea up to Denaria, who holds on, gives it back to Andrea. Andrea drives, going with her right hand, shoulder down, puts it up, and it rolls out. Offensive rebound, another one from Montia Blackwell, who puts it up high off the glass, missed it, gets her own rebound, and kicks it out to Challens. Challens recovers after some tight defense, and they'll call a foul either on Madeline Wade or on Taisha Martin, but it's unclear which one. Here's Denaria Blackwell taking it out on the baseline for the Lady Rams. Gets it into Andrea Blackwell. Andrea up at the top, slings it to Challens. Challens has it stolen. Nice hands there from Nariah Cobb. It's now in the hands of Aaliyah Abernathy. Morehead struggling to get it up the court. Here's Taisha Martin. Martin goes right. Martin through contact, gives it to Wade in the corner. Wade inside, Abernathy all by herself, high off the glass and in. The underhanded basket is the first 2 points on the board for Morehead tonight. It's 5-2, 3 minutes in. Denaria Blackwell for the Rams on the far side. We'll take a pause. She'll go left and pass it to Challenge. Challenge has it go out of bounds. Off of Reidsville last, so Morehead will go the other way. Number 14, Destiny Minter to inbound. A full court press from Reidsville that Morehead struggled to break. All five of Morehead's players on this half of the court trying to work it up the other way. Abernathy gets it to Cobb, who almost lost it, but gives it to Martin. Martin gets across midcourt. It's in Minter's hands, and now under the basket, it's Madeline Wade with 2 points. Scored 5 points in the last contest against Reidsville. She's got 2 tonight. It's 5-4. Reidsville still leads by 1. Denaria Blackwell finds herself guarded by the aforementioned Wade, and will pass it over to Andrea Blackwell. Blackwell takes a couple of steps back, dribbling it, and now baseball passing it to number 12. Inside, Montia Blackwell tried to catch it with the right hand. It'll bounce off of that hand and go out of bounds. Morehead basketball once again with 4:17 to go in the first. Taisha Martin gets it to Destiny Minter, who tried to dribble through 2 defenders, and they will call a foul on Montia Blackwell. First foul of the night for the Rams. About halfway through the first. I say of the night. It's the middle of the day. It's 2:36 p.m. Taisha Martin crosses midcourt and will pass it in the corner to Cisneros, who has checked in. Back over to Martin. Martin goes left, gives it to Minter, near side wing. Pump fakes, passes to Abernathy on the elbow. Abernathy takes a dribble, puts it up. No good on the shot. Rebound goes to Andrea Blackwell racing down the court. Got to beat Taisha Martin. She goes up strong. And a foul is called on Martin as Andrea Blackwell went up. So she has a chance to put 2 more points on the board at the free throw line.
And the personal foul is against the Panthers, number 1, Taisha Martin, her
3:47
second.
to go in the first. As Andrea Blackwell will shoot 2. Right foot forward, she takes a couple of dribbles, puts it up, and off the back iron. Reidsville 0 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. Here comes the second attempt for Andrea Blackwell. And she banks that one in. So Reidsville now 1 of 4 from the free throw line tonight. And they are up 6-4 with 3:47 to go in the first. Passing it up the court, Cisneros has it. Cisneros pauses, draws it back, gives it to Minter. Minter on the low block, makes the basket, tying it up at 6 apiece. First time Morehead has had it tied since 0-0. On the other end, Denaria Blackwell goes left. Denaria drives, puts it up, airballs it. Rebound goes to Abernathy. Abernathy hits the floor. No foul is called, and they'll just say it was out of bounds off of her. Here comes the inbound from Denaria Blackwell. Denaria taking it out just beside the letter P on the Panthers sign on the baseline. Inbounds it to her teammate who airballs the wing 3. That was Lariah Whitaker. Rebound goes to Nariah Cobb, and then out of bounds stealing it was Andrea Blackwell. So it goes to Morehead. Panthers wearing their white jerseys, got red numbers. Morehead is written in black with red lining on it above the number on the back of the jersey. Mentor gives it to Cisneros in the corner. She makes the pass to Abernathy, bounced off her shin on the bounce pass and goes out of bounds. Less than 3 minutes to play in the first quarter, still tied at 6 apiece. As Madeline Wade will check in for Nariah Cobb, she gets a breather. Denaria Blackwell dribbles slowly up the court and crosses the timeline. Denaria gives it to Lariah Whitaker. Inside to number 33 is Draylin Lawson. Over towards her teammate. Now Andrea Blackwell will try to bank it in. Missed it on the long 2-pointer. Offensive rebound, though, kicked out. Whitaker thinks about a 3, gives it to Andrea. Andrea, another 3-point attempt. This time it goes out of bounds with 2:32 to go in the first. As the referees will try to track that down, get some help from a fan. And with this 6-6 ball game, here about 5.5 minutes into the game, Mentor will inbound. Morehead trying to take the lead for the first time tonight. Tasia Martin moves forward. Martin's got it. Martin gives it to Minter. Minter pump fakes the pass and now goes right. Drawing it out. Thinking about it, giving it to Wade in the corner. Wade back up to Minter. Minter makes the heave pass and she's got her teammate right under the basket. The score, and it is now 8-6. The Morehead Panthers, Tiana Booker, just checked in. She scores under the basket, so Reidsville relinquishes the lead for the first time tonight, as it is 8-6 Morehead with 2:07 to go in the first. Thank you for joining us, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, Substack, or RoCoRadio.com. Please follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and wherever you're at, go ahead and leave a like. .127 seconds left here in the first quarter, following a Reidsville timeout. They didn't lead by much, and they've kind of taken their foot off the gas pedal from what it was like in the first half of the first quarter. Denaria Blackwell moves forward in a Rams jersey. Over to Whitaker. Under the basket is Draylin Lawson putting it up. Fade away off the backboard and in. 8 apiece. Tasia Barton's got it, moving forward and going right. Passes it. Bad pass goes off of Wade's foot, and Reidsville will take advantage. Andrea Blackwell, the sophomore, moves forward and gives it inside. Now again going up is Draylon Lawson. This time it's an air ball. Had to shoot it with one hand, and they'll say it was off of Morehead last, saying that Morehead blocked it. Denaria Blackwell, little inbound, gives it up top to Lariah Whitaker. Whitaker hands it over to Denaria Blackwell. Denaria Blackwell draws it out to the wing. Now a three-pointer from the top of the key, airballed, and Minter lets it sail out of bounds as we are still knotted up at 8 apiece with 1:18 to go in the first. Tasia Martin's got it. Martin crosses the timeline. Martin gives it to Minter. Minter inside, Abernathy, pump fakes, goes up strong, off the back iron. Rebound, though, will go to Booker. Booker puts it up and in. And for the second time tonight, it's been Booker taking the lead for her team. 10-8 after back-to-back baskets from Booker. Going the other way, Denaria Blackwell puts it up, and she missed it. Missed the tough jumper. We've got a jump ball, though, and the possession arrow is with the Morehead Panthers. 3/4 of a minute to go here in the first quarter. Still a 10-8 Morehead lead. Minter trying to pass it in. Has to send it over the top to Abernathy. Abernathy catches, hands it off to Minter. Minter full steam ahead, bounce pass. Once again, it's Booker with the score. She's got 6. 12-8. She's got the last 6 points for Morehead, half of her team's score. Scored a total of 14 points in the past 2 matchups against Reidsville. And a three-pointer is off the mark on the other end for Reidsville under the basket. Montilla gets it and passes it to Lawson, who missed it as well. Tracking down a long rebound will be Lariah Whitaker. Back up top, 15 seconds left in the first. Andrea Blackwell takes her time, takes a wing three and swishes it. 12-11, Morehead leads by 1. 5 seconds left in the first. Minter moves forward. 3, 2, 1. Madeline Wade is hit with the basketball in the face as Minter ran into traffic, so they won't get up a last-minute shot. Move ahead to the second quarter with a 12-11 Morehead lead. Tiana Booker averaging 7 points against Reidsville in their past 2 matchups and 4.1 points overall this season. The freshman has 6 points, the last 6 points for her team, and half of the team's score. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Tri-State Steel in Reidsville, distributing quality metals for over 30 years. Our clients range from mom-and-pop shops and building contractors to large manufacturers and fabricators. Visit us at our 6,000 square foot, fully stocked retail metal superstore at 2513 Richardson Drive, where we can help you meet your homeowner or hobbyist needs. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon. From pipe bowers to square tubing to finger guard material and more, our retail metal superstore has several quality metal products in stock in various sizes and ready to be cut to your exact specifications. Call for a quote at 336-280-4859. That's 336-280-4859 for Tri-State Steel, a valued community member. 12-11 lead for Morehead as they are set to inbound and move the other way. Actually, it'll be Reidsville basketball as they will try to reclaim the lead that they held for most of the first quarter. Denaria Blackwell, number 12, drives right, gives it to Whitaker. Whitaker inside, almost goes out of bounds. Denaria saves it. Denaria guarded one-on-one by number 12 for Morehead, Nariah Cobb. Now inside, it's Whitaker, and they call her for a travel in the paint. 15 seconds into the second, a 12-11 Morehead lead. Minter gives it to Martin. Martin crosses the other team's three-point line and now moves across midcourt. Martin gives it to Minter. Minter near side wing. Minter into Abernathy. Abernathy kicks it out. Here's a long two-pointer from the corner and a miss. Rebound, though. Abernathy puts it up, and it's good. Second chance points for Abernathy. Morehead leads by 3. A 14-11 advantage for the Panthers as the Rams go the other way. On the far side wing and passing inside. Here's a hook shot off the mark for Draylon Lawson. Taking the place of Caden Chestnut, who's out in concussion protocol tonight. 7 minutes to go in the second. Minter's got it. Minter dribbling at the top. We'll give it to Wade. Wade inside to Abernathy. Abernathy backs down Whitaker. Turns around off the back iron. Rebound goes to Whitaker. Whitaker gives it to Denaria Blackwell, who is running along the sideline and is fouled by Nariah Cobb. Whitaker gives it in. Here's Andrea Blackwell with the corner three. Too strong, and it'll sail out of bounds towards the fans as Morehead will inbound once again. 6 minutes, 36 seconds to go in the first half. It's Taisha Martin dribbling up the court. Averaging 3 points per game against Reidsville this year. She goes left and gives it to Booker in the corner. That's Cobb in the corner. Now it's Abernathy. Abernathy up top to Martin. Martin almost loses it. Fight for the ball. It's on the ground, and Minter will get tied up with Lariah Whitaker. Possession arrow stays with the Panthers. Minter's inbound on its way, and to her teammate, Taisha Martin. Martin gives it inside. Abernathy takes the long two from the top of the key. Rebound goes to Whitaker. Whitaker gives it to Andrea Blackwell. Andrea with her right hand gives it to Denaria. Denaria misses the long jumper. Rebound goes to Cisneros. Cisneros to Minter. Minter pump fakes the pass and will move forward. Minter going inside. Passes to her teammate. It's thrown over the top. Whoa, Minter catches the rebound and falling away, banks it in from a weird angle, making it 16-11, and for the first time tonight, Morehead leads by 5. With 5:30 to go in the second quarter. Foul is called as Denaria Blackwell tried to go up and got tangled up. Foul is called on Aaliyah Abernathy. First free throw is a miss for Denaria Blackwell. They're 1 for 5 from the free throw line tonight. Second free throw is no good as well. So the rebound goes to Nariah Cobb, who gives it to Minter. Cobb only averaging 2.6 rebounds per game. She's putting in some work on those boards tonight versus Reidsville. Today versus Reidsville. I'm going to make that mistake over and over again. Minter gives it inside to Martin. Martin is tangled up with Andrea Blackwell. 2 thumbs up from the referee, and possession arrow is with Reidsville. Scorer's table hadn't fixed it. But here goes Reidsville. Denaria Blackwell moving the other way. Crosses over one defender, makes it inside, and misses on the bank shot. Ball goes out of bounds, and they'll say it was last touched by the Rams with 5:03 to go. Here in quarter number 2, it's a 16-11 Morehead lead. Minter inbounds to Martin. Martin journeys forward. She'll be picked up as she crosses half court by Montia. Gives it to Minter in the corner. Minter puts it up. Tough shot and doesn't finish. Rebound goes to Abernathy though, and Abernathy was not blocked and she wasn't fouled, but they will say that it was a jump ball as they got 2 hands on it. So they'll stay with Morehead on their left side of the court as they call a full timeout. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Tri-State Steel in Reidsville, distributing quality metals for over 30 years. Our clients range from mom and pop shops and building contractors to large manufacturers and fabricators. Visit us at our 6,000 square foot fully stocked retail metal superstore at 2513 Richardson Drive, where we can help you meet your homeowner or hobbyist needs. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon. From pipe bollards to square tubing to finger guard material and more, our Retail Metal Superstore has several quality metal products in stock in various sizes and ready to be cut to your exact specifications. Call for a quote at 336-280-4859. That's 336-280-4859 for Tri-State Steel, a valued community member. 4:44 to go in the second quarter. Morehead just called a timeout, and now they will come back onto the court with a 5-point lead and an inbound from underneath the basket. Abernathy will send it in. Let's see what they drew up during the timeout. They give it to Cisneros. Cisneros over to number 12. Back up top to Cisneros. Now Martin's got it. Martin on the Panther head. Pauses at the volleyball line, gives it to Cisneros. Cisneros inside to Abernathy. Abernathy too strong on the layup. Tried to get the rebound and knocked it out of bounds. Andrea Blackwell thinks there should be a foul called. She ended up on the ground. Nevertheless, it's Reidsville ball anyway. Whitaker to Andrea, to Denaria quickly. Denaria on the near side wing. Denaria moves forward to the top of the key. Now she goes right. In the corner, it's Andrea Blackwell. Andrea Blackwell misses another three. Rebound to Minter. Minter, though, has it stolen by Montia Blackwell. At the top, Denaria Blackwell, the three, in and out. Rebound goes to Minter. Minter goes right. Number 14 pushing ahead. Stopping on the far side corner, and now she's double teamed, loses the basketball. Had it stolen from her twice in about a minute. Rebound goes to Reidsville as they batted the ball around. Denaria Blackwell gives it inside to Andrea, who misses the layup. The rebound goes to Montia Blackwell, and they'll call a jump ball. Possession arrow points right, so it'll stay with the Reidsville Rams. Inbound will come from Denaria Blackwell. Denaria sends it in, and it's stolen. Stolen, but it's bounced over to Andrea Blackwell, who recovers and takes a three from the top of the key. Missed it. It'll go flying out of bounds. That was very strange. So Montia chased it down and tried to, like, volleyball smack it in, but her foot was out of bounds. Destiny Minter's got it with 3:25 to go in the second quarter. A 16-11 lead for the Morehead Panthers. Minter's got it on the volleyball line. Taking her time here, giving it inside, and it's kicked out. Here's Martin, the three. It's good. Taisha Martin drills the three, making it 19-11. Morehead leads by 8, their largest lead of the night. Denaria Blackwell on the other end speeds ahead and misses the layup. It'll go out of bounds off of a Reidsville player. Morehead basketball once again, 3 minutes to go until half. Minter's got it moving forward. Minter on the far side gives it to Cisneros. Cisneros, corner three, airballs it. Andrea Blackwell moves ahead. Andrea Blackwell moving across midcourt. And now pausing at the volleyball line on the far side corner. Here's a three. Denaria Blackwell bangs it home. 19-14 now with 2.5 to go in the second. Morehead leads by 5 over their cross-county rivals. Destiny Minter on the far side volleyball line. Gives it to Abernathy. Abernathy to Minter. Minter inside. Missed it. Rebound goes to Andrea Blackwell. Andrea pushes forward, and we'll give it to Whitaker. Whitaker over to Denaria Blackwell. She drives, puts it up, floats it up, and missed it. Rebound to Minter. Minter's got it. Switching hands as she dribbles up the court. Now she takes some directions from Coach Price. Taisha Martin's got it. Now a short corner two is missed, but a long rebound traced down by Minter. Cisneros will take a three as she's left all by herself, just short. Rebound Abernathy. Abernathy gives it to Minter. Morehead sticking with the basketball. Abernathy spins, and it goes. A 21-14 three-possession lead for the Morehead Panthers. Andrea Blackwell has it. Almost loses it. Sends it to her teammate, Denaria. Denaria inside. Caden Chestnut. They continue some quick ball movement, passing it around. And a whistle will blow. Foul apparently will go against Montia Blackwell. So Minter inbounds to Taisha Martin. 65 seconds left in the second quarter. Martin takes her time. Now crosses and moves forward. Turns around, gives it to Minter. Minter at the top. We'll give it to Tiana Booker. Now it's Abernathy. Abernathy to Martin. Same spot as last time, but she missed the three that time. Ball will go out of bounds after the rebound, though, on a bad pass to Andrea. So it stays with the Morehead Panthers. 37 and 3/10 of a second remaining in the first half. Inbound to Minter. She's left to take a three. High arcing miss. Rebound goes to Tiana Booker. Missed the layup. She fights for it back and falls to the ground after trying to take it away from Anaya Bush, who got the rebound. Jump ball is called, and the possession arrow sticks with the red and white. She hit the floor hard, and we've got an injury timeout here as Coach Corey Price will go to check on her. Booker fighting for the rebound. She had a big first quarter, scoring half of her team's points in that quarter. Hit the floor pretty hard, and she will walk to the bench. Fans clap for her as she makes her way to the bench. Inbound comes from Abernathy. Abernathy sends it in to Taisha Martin. Martin's got it. Martin passes to Minter. Minter on the far side corner. Minter over to Abernathy. Pump fakes. Back up to Minter. Minter goes left. Minter throws it away. Andrea Blackwell driving forward. Andrea puts it up. Off the backboard and in. So that cuts it to a 5-point game. 5 seconds left in the second. Minter's got it. 4, 3, 2. A super long three near half court. Just short. It hit the rim. Wasn't like it grazed the rim or hit the front of it either. It hit the top of the rim. Just a little bit more oomph behind it. And that could have gone. So we head to quarter number 3. It's 21-16. The Reidsville Rams jumped out to an early lead, but just by a little bit, and Morehead has taken over. They lead by 5. Again, these teams have played twice before. There was a 48-35 game in Christmas tournament play in December. Then last month, it was a 60-39 win for Morehead, who had a slow start in that game. And it was tied, I think, in the third quarter at some point. Stacy Juarez did really well. She scored 11 points in a pretty short span of time. But she is out today. I believe it's due to the weather. But Juarez is out. But all that to say, they've had games with Reidsville like this where it's not necessarily blowing out the team, but they get a comfortable lead. Or they just kind of outplay them, but win by like 18-20. Might be another one of those games. Currently 21-16. As we head to quarter number 3. Reidsville never led by a lot. I think it was 5-0 at the start. Maybe it was 6-0. But Morehead came storming back. Scored 8 points. Tiana Booker scored a couple of big baskets near the end of the first. And Morehead was able to go to quarter number 2 with the advantage, which they held on to throughout. Destiny Mentor's been fairly quiet. She averages 13.7 points per game. And she's had some big games against Reidsville. They've only got 21 points right now as a team, but she had 19 points in the December game against Reidsville, and she had 22 points in the last game against Reidsville. So Mentor's been impressive in these games. She's done well in this one, just hasn't showed up a lot in the stat sheet scoring points. Tasia Martin has scored. Madeline Wade was a starter. I'm not sure if she scored, but I know she's played a lot. Haven't seen anything from Nalasia Milner. Nariah Cobb's done well, getting rebounds, being down low as a presence. Cisneros has been in. I don't think she's scored, but she's played some. Abernathy's done very well down low. She's showing the depth of what she can accomplish on the court. When I did my preseason interview with Coach Corey, we kind of ran through a bunch of the different areas and who the main names on our team would be. So like 3-point shooting, rebounding, things like that. And showing up in most of those categories was Aaliyah Abernathy, who transferred in this year. And not only is it her basketball IQ and skills and such, this is what Coach Price said. She said it's her attitude and demeanor that the teams all embrace. So they're coming into this season. She said that we're going to have a completely new attitude, and I guess that's how you explain a 9-7 start for a team that hasn't had a winning record in forever. I went back to Max Prep. Max Preps started in around 2005, and you can't find a winning record on there for the Morehead Panthers. You just can't. And even before Max Preps, Coach Price was saying she graduated, I think in that time period, a few years before Max Preps became a thing, and she said that they hadn't been getting winning records then either. It was probably like late 90s that they last had a winning record or something like that. But all that to say, starting at 9-7 is fairly impressive. Not even fairly impressive, it's very impressive for this team. And I think if you told any Morehead fan coming into the year that the girls' team would be 9-7, they would be pleasantly surprised. It looks like they'll hold on to that winning record too. Pulling up their schedule right now, but it's unclear. I don't think Max Preps is completely updated with all of the games that will be taking place. I know that they'll play Rockingham County this Tuesday, so that's going to be a tough one. But they do play McMichael this Thursday, and the last time those two teams played, Destiny Mentor was out in concussion protocol, and Morehead still notched the victory. Then they'll play Bartlett Yancey this Saturday. So, in an away game at 2:30. So I think you can pretty much chalk up 2 of those 3 games will be wins, and that would end the season at 11-8. Now you've got to factor in they're going to play in the playoffs, but the worst you can do there is lose. The worst you can do in the playoffs is lose 1 game. That's 11-9. You lose your first conference tournament game, you're 11-10. So I think Morehead's basically secured a winning record for the Panthers, and that's very impressive. And even if they do add some games in to make up for these conference games, I think that they can, or they should, end up with a winning record. They were currently positioned as the 18 seed on the eastern half of the bracket by high school overtime in the 4A. Not sure exactly how accurate that is, but would like to see them pull ahead and become a top 16 team. Not 100% sure if that will happen, but you want to secure home court advantage. Talk with Coach Price in the pregame interview about that. You can go back and listen to that. Just rewind this video if you want to. Right now or after the game, find it on YouTube and listen to it played back there. But Reidsville, on the other hand, they're just kind of trying to stay in a playoff spot. They're in the 45th position Got to stay in the top 48. Win percentage isn't stellar. They're at 4-8. They can improve that as the season finishes. They can improve it right now. I mean, they're only down by 5, but got to make it into the top 48. They're at 45th right now. I think they'll stay in it in the next 2 weeks. We are exactly 14 days away from the day the NCHSAA finalizes the playoff standings after the 2-week break from basketball that ended yesterday here in Rockingham County. These teams seem less rusty and more just like energized. A lot of the shots aren't falling, but even the last game we covered, Morehead, Reidsville, neither team was shooting particularly well. So I think the break might have actually been good for them. If they were tired, if there were any injuries or anything just kind of ailing them going into it. And Coach Price said that they weren't able to practice most of the days. So maybe it's good to have a reset, kind of start the season afresh. Had a commenter yesterday on the Facebook comments saying that basically feels like a brand new season after such a long break, and it's exactly right. So maybe it's a good thing for Morehead, even though they did have momentum going into the break, to get that 15-day rest. And maybe it was a good thing for Reidsville as well, as they're seeming energetic on the court too. Now stamina might be down in the second half. You know, those first 16 minutes you may have felt great, but then being less conditioned because of less practice might affect these teams here in the second half. And not taking a lot of shots during the break might be contributing to the bad shooting as well. But you can't be 100% sure what's going to happen in the second half. We'll see what takes place between these two squads. Morehead's had games against Reidsville, or their last game against Reidsville like this. It stayed within reach, and then if one of their players gets hot, it'll be a problem. You saw a little bit of that at the end of the first with Tiana Booker. So if you're Reidsville, you're making sure keep the pedals to the metal, but make sure none of their like Destiny Mentor, she can hit a couple of threes in no time flat, and then the game feels upside down, especially when it's this low scoring. So Reidsville's going to have to pay attention to that. Got about 30 seconds to go until quarter number 3. Go ahead and let us know where you're listening from in the comments, who you're cheering on. So RoCo Radio covers both Reidsville and Morehead. Love these inter-county battles. I had to cover one between Rockingham County and McMichael last night. It's another good thing that all of these teams are in the same conference, too. Love to see that this year after the conference realignment. So here comes the inbound from Lariah Whitaker. Reidsville is down by 5. Whitaker going to send it in. Going to try to pass it to Denaria Blackwell. It looks like that'll be the target. She's guarded by Taisha Martin, who is third on the team in steals. Inbounds it clean to Denaria. Denaria dribbles at the volleyball attack line, goes left. Passes to Andrea in the corner. Andrea airballs the 3. Overshot it. Mentor gets the rebound and pushes forward in front of her team's bench. Thinks about taking the 3. Gives it up to Martin. Martin takes her time. Inside, it's Abernathy. Abernathy here to Cobb, who misses the 2. Going the other way, Denaria Blackwell. Going to put it up through traffic. Missed it, gets her own rebound. It's on the ground. She draws it out. Still 21-16, a Morehead lead. Reidsville with the ball. Ball is almost stolen. Montia Blackwell recovers. Montia holds on to it. Passes to her teammate, but it's stolen. Stolen by Mentor. Destiny Mentor drives towards the basket and will float it in off the backboard, making it a 23-16, 7-point lead for Morehead. Ball is stolen this time too. Taisha Martin has it. Madeline Wade over to Minter. Minter inside, and it's swatted away by Andrea Blackwell as Nariah Cobb, who's averaging 5 points per game, third on the team, was getting ready to go up for it. Inbound from Minter. Minter passes into Abernathy. Abernathy the three. Just off. Rebound goes to Montia Blackwell. Andrea goes the other way. Andrea drives inside, puts it up, off the rim. Reidsville yet to score. We're a minute and a half into the second half. Minter's got it. Minter goes on the near side baseline, passes to Abernathy, back to Minter, and she makes the extra pass, and the shot is off the mark by Cobb. Denaria's got it for the Rams. She goes all the way inside, puts it up, off the backboard and in, and an and one with her left hand. Makes it 23-18. As she heads to the line to shoot one. Try to complete the three-point play. I think Reidsville went 1 for 6 from the free throw line, if I recall correctly, in the first half. Something like that. It wasn't great shots. Great chance to cut it to a 4-point game. Denaria Blackwell puts it up off the front of the rim. Rebound goes to Taisha Martin. Martin's got it across midcourt. Martin gives it to Minter. Minter the three. Drills the triple. A swish from Minter makes it 26-18. Morehead leads by 8. Denaria Blackwell brings it to the other side quickly. Denaria gives it to Lariah Whitaker. Whitaker airballs the three. Rebound and passing around after the offensive board is Reidsville. Denaria's got it now. Pulls up from the far side wing. The long two-pointer is a miss as the rebound goes to Wade, who gives it to Minter. Minter's got it at the top. Abernathy makes the extra bounce pass, and Wade comes up short on the jumper. Rebound goes to Morehead, though. She throws it out. Pass goes awry, but Minter recovers it, and it goes off of her calf out of bounds after Montia Blackwell got a hand on it. 5:16 to go in the third, a 26-18 ball game. Morehead leads by 8. Denaria Blackwell pushes across the timeline. Almost loses her dribble. Has to pick it up and passes to Andrea Blackwell. Andrea's got it on the near side, over towards Denaria. Denaria back to Andrea. Good defense from Morehead, not leaving anybody open. Over towards Denaria, guarded by Taisha. Screen set by Lariah Whitaker. Denaria moves inside, spins, puts it up, off the back of the rim. Abernathy grabs the board, and Minter pushes the other way. A 1-on-2. She draws it out. Spins, kick out. Taisha Martin can't hit the three. Rebound goes to Denaria Blackwell. Denaria Blackwell, wearing number 12, will go full steam ahead to the hole, and it's good. 6-point ball game. 26 for Morehead, 20 for Reidsville. Less than 4.5 to play in the third quarter. Martin dribbles forward, gives it to Wade in the corner. Wade up to Martin. Martin inside to Abernathy. Abernathy over towards her teammate. They make the extra pass. Wade misses from short distance, and it'll go out of bounds last off of Tiana Booker, who was trying to secure the rebound. Lariah Whitaker makes the pass to Denaria Blackwell. Halfway through the third quarter. Reidsville down 6 to the Morehead Panthers. Driving inside, short on the floater. Minter pushes the other way, looking for Taisha Martin. Martin's not open, so Minter takes it herself. Now she gives it to Martin. Martin misses the layup, gets her rebound, misses it again. Rebound will go to Morehead, but she falls out of bounds, and they will say it's Reidsville basketball, as Martin got her own rebound twice. Mariah Cobb checks back in, second on the team in steals, third in points per game. Here's the inbound to Denaria Blackwell. Denaria, the sophomore, is picked up at midcourt by 3 defenders, and they call an offensive foul as Taisha Martin went tumbling to the floor. It's Morehead basketball. Minter sends it in, but it's stolen. Andrea Blackwell on a race to the goal is fouled on the way up. Almost got the end one. Could have cut it to a one-possession game, but she will shoot 2 as the Reidsville Rams are down by 6. Andrea's first free throw is in and out. Free throw shooting woes continue for Reidsville. I can only recall them hitting one of them tonight. I think they're 1 for 8. Here's the second free throw. It's no good as well. So Reidsville 1 for 9 from the line. Missing 8 free throws, down by 6 hurts. Minter's got it. Minter passes to Abernathy, far side wing, inside, makes the extra pass, and it's good. Tiana Booker has been making easy baskets down low all game long. 28-20, Morehead leads by 8 once again. Denaria tries to split 2 defenders, but it's stolen. Stolen by Cobb. Cobb gives it to Minter. Minter drives. Minter has it knocked away. Martin recovers. Taisha Martin passes inside, trying to get Booker again, but it's going out of bounds off of Montia Blackwell last. Morehead basketball. Aaliyah Abernathy, the senior, will inbound. Abernathy passes to Minter. Minter the 3. No, sir. Rebound Whitaker and passes to Denaria, who is fouled by Minter. Number 14 put her hands on 12. And she is charged with a foul. Whitaker gives it to Andrea Blackwell. Andrea passes over towards Nariah Cobb. Cobb up to Andrea. Andrea from the top of the key, swishes it. Swishes the 3-pointer, making it 28-23 Morehead. Less than 2.5 to go in quarter number 3. Martin's got it. Martin is struggling to get past 2 defenders. She passes to Abernathy, number 23, moves inside, puts it up, off the backboard, rebound Whitaker. Whitaker guarded by Minter, has to give it to Denaria Blackwell. Minter with an aggressive full court press all by herself. Denaria Blackwell's made it pass, gives it to Andrea. Andrea, this time the 3 misses. Trying to track down the rebound was Montia Blackwell, wasn't able to send it in. So with 1:53 to go in quarter number 3, it's a 5-point advantage for the Morehead Panthers. Martin's got it. Martin pushes ahead, spinning her way through. Some aggressive defense from Montia Blackwell. Abernathy's got it. Abernathy was looking for Zenariah Simmons. Just misplaced the pass. Denaria Blackwell drives forward the other way. Denaria drives and loses the basketball. Number 33's got it and banks it in. Draylon Lawson cuts it to a 1-possession game. Morehead only leads by 3. 28-25, 90 seconds left in the third. Taisha Martin trying to respond. Yes, she does. No one in front of her. She's able to lay it in. So it's now 30-25 here in the third. Morehead with a 5-point lead and 1:15 to go. Inbound towards Denaria Blackwell. Blackwell's got it. Denaria makes the pass to Andrea Blackwell. Andrea splits a defender and missed the layup. Rebound goes to Draylon Lawson, who is tangled up with Tiana Booker. And the possession arrow will point Morehead's way. Destiny Mentor to inbound. Mentor going to pass it in. Mentor takes her time, gives it to Madeline Wade. Number 3 passes to Tiana Booker. Booker up ahead to Mentor. Mentor going to drive towards the basket, puts it up, off the backboard and in. A 7-point lead for Morehead with 50 seconds to go in the third. 32-25 Morehead. Denaria Blackwell's got it inside. She spins, puts it up, and she's fouled. Reidsville's free throw shooting just all season long has been abysmal. Denaria Blackwell gonna shoot 2 with 44 and 3/5 of a second remaining in the third. First one is up and good. Now it's 32-26, excuse me. Second one is off the mark. Long rebound track down though by Whitaker. Stepping into a 3, Denaria. Backboard rim and out. Mentor's got it. Mentor has it knocked away, stolen by Montia Blackwell. Montia Blackwell has it stolen back by Mentor, and they'll call a travel on Mentor after the steal. So 3 turnovers in the span of like 5 seconds as Denaria Blackwell will inbound on the Panther E. Montia Blackwell puts it up. Tough shot with a right hand, but she cuts it to a 4-point deficit for the Rams. Inbound goes to Cobb. Cobb over to Mentor. Mentor driving forward. Mentor going to go. Puts it up. Backboard rim and out. Offensive rebound. Mentor misses again on the layup. Tiana Booker gets the rebound, and she is going to be involved in a jump ball with Denaria Blackwell. Reidsville basketball. Lariah Whitaker with the inbound on the way. 10.6 seconds to go in the third. A 32-28 ball game. Going to inbound it to Denaria Blackwell, the sophomore. Denario moves forward. 7 seconds left in the third. 5 seconds now. They're down by 4. 4, 3. Andrea Blackwell has her three-pointer swatted. A rejection from Cobb, who had 0 registered blocks in the stat sheet coming into this one. They put 0.4 seconds on the clock, though. That's enough to get the shot off. And no, they've got 1 second on the clock. It's Reidsville ball. Inbound. Denaria heaves it. Too high off the glass, so we head to quarter number 4. 4-point ball game. Morehead with 32, Reidsville with 28. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Tri-State Steel in Reidsville. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Tri-State Steel in Reidsville, distributing quality metals for over 30 years. Our clients range from mom and pop shops and building contractors to large manufacturers and fabricators. Visit us at our 6,000 square foot, fully stocked retail metal superstore at 2513 Richardson Drive, where we can help you meet your homeowner or hobbyist needs. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon. From pipe bollards to square tubing to finger guard material and more, our retail metal superstore has several quality metal products in stock in various sizes and ready to be cut to your exact specifications. Call for a quote at 336-280-4859. That'll be 336-280-4859 for Tri-State Steel, a valued community member. Quarter number 4 on the way. Reidsville has kept it within reach. Outscored Morehead by just 1 point, but they're going to have to do more than that here in the fourth quarter, as they're now down by 4. Reidsville scored 12. Morehead scored 11 in quarter number 3. We've got 8 minutes to go until the end of it here on a Saturday 2:30 game. And both of these teams coming back from well over 2 weeks of a break due to the ice and snow. Here comes the inbound from Destiny Mentor. Mentor motioning towards her teammates, gets it in to Taisha Martin. Martin, who's vastly improved her ball handling skills this year, will have to draw back after some aggressive defense from Denaria. Inside to Abernathy. Abernathy to Booker, but it's stolen. Stolen by Andrea Blackwell. Andrea slows down, spins, and lets her offense reset. She'll step forward now, dribbling the rock, giving it to Denaria. Denaria goes left. Now Andrea pulls up from 3. Off the rim. Offensive rebound. Misses the second chance points. Another offensive board. It's missed 2. Rebound goes to Tiana Booker. Moving the other way is Minter. Minter inside. Goes flying into the referee, but she makes the shot. It's now a 6-point lead for the Morehead Panthers. Denaria Blackwell's got it. Denaria loses it. Montilla back to Denaria. On the far side wing. Denaria at the top of the key. Morehead in a 2-3 zone. Denaria slings it to Andrea. Andrea misses a crucial 3. Would have sliced the deficit in half. Martin has it stripped from behind by Andrea. Got caught sleeping. And Andrea misses it off the bottom of the backboard, but she was fouled, so she'll shoot 2. What a play there. Martin didn't know anybody was on that half of the court.
At the line, shooting 2, Reidsville's number 24, Andrea Blackwell.
Andrea Blackwell will shoot 2. Her first one's up and good. Now a 34-29 game here in Eden with 6:47 to go. I don't know if they've had a free throw trip where they've hit both free throws tonight, but Andrea's got a chance here. Today, not tonight. I'm going to keep saying it. Oh, gosh. And a lane violation's called. The free throw shot was missed anyways. It's Morehead basketball. Here's the inbound from Minter. Minter to Abernathy. Abernathy loses it, but there's a foul called over the back from Sanaya Jumper. The junior, who hasn't seen too many minutes in today's game, is charged with the foul. Deanna Solomon having some words with one of the Zebras as Minter is going to inbound once again. Everybody on the left half of the court. Oh no, Cisneros just shot it on the wrong goal. Cisneros misses the 3, the negative 3. So we've had this conversation before, and it also came in a Morehead County rivalry game. And I tried to convince Hadley that it was a good idea in that scenario. I don't think this was a good idea, and this was actually an attempt at a negative 3-pointer. So she missed it. Andrea Blackwell gets the rebound, and she would now shoot 2. I kind of zoned out after the 3 on the wrong goal, but she got fouled, I think, so Andrea will miss the first free throw, and it is a 5-point game. .6:39 to go in the fourth as Andrea Blackwell makes the free throw. Making it 34-30. Minter passes it in to Booker. Booker doesn't shoot it. She goes the other way. Booker up to Madeline Wade, and Wade has it stolen. Stolen by Denaria Blackwell, and there's a jump ball as Wade held on to the basketball. Montilla tried to sling her way free. And now a timeout is called by Coach Price. With 6:31 to go in quarter number 4, we've got a 34-30 Morehead lead over the Reidsville Rams. Thanks for joining us. No matter what platform you're listening on, we are happy to have you along. Whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, Substack, or RoCoRadio.com, thanks for joining us. We're happy to have you as we bring you high school basketball action from Eden, North Carolina. Inbound from Lariah Whitaker over to Denaria Blackwell. Denaria dribbles forward. 2-3 defense from Morehead. Denaria drives, puts it up, and swishes it from 15 feet out. It is now 34-33, just a 1-point game. Thrown ahead to Cobb. One of Reidsville's players was on the floor as Cobb misses the layup. Shoe has come off in the backcourt for Montia Blackwell. She's got it back on, but there's a foul on the other end. .6:04 to go in the fourth, as the first free throw will be a miss for Tiana Booker. Booker is called for the lane violation. She missed it anyways, so a chance to extend the lead or double the lead from 2 to 4, and she missed both free throws. Free throw shooting woes are contagious as Denaria Blackwell makes her way the other way. Blackwell gives it to Andrea Blackwell. Now Denaria shoots, airballs it. Minter is set to inbound. Still a 2-point lead for Morehead. Minter gets it to Abernathy. Abernathy throws it away, but somehow ending up with it is Kara Joyce. It's stolen. Now ball on the ground, and diving for it is Montia Blackwell. And she touched out of bounds. There's too much chaos going on to put into words. Referees are discussing the play, and they will say it's Morehead basketball. So they still lead by 2 with 5:47 to go. Minter gets it in to Abernathy. Abernathy holds on and will drive across midcourt. Abernathy up to Minter. Minter on the Panther logo. Now she moves past it. Just outside the three-point line, gives it to Abernathy. Abernathy going to drive straight to the hole, puts it up. Too strong. Rebound, though, goes to Booker. Booker puts it up high off the glass and in. Having a great night for herself tonight. Multi-sport athlete, also plays volleyball. 5:15 to go in the fourth. Denaria Blackwell on the far side. It's a 4-point ball game. Morehead is in the driver's seat, but not by much. Denaria Blackwell dribbles up at the top. No real defense from Morehead. Madeline Wade and Minter were set at the elbows. Now passing inside, and it's stolen. Stolen by Wade. Wade has to send it over towards Cobb. Cobb to Minter under the basket. She's fouled on the way up. She'll shoot 2. Minter, who scored 19 points and 22 points in the 2 contests against Reidsville this year, has a chance to add 2 to the scoreboard. Morehead leads at 36-32 with 4:48 to go. Minter swishes the first one. It's 37-32. Second free throw is a miss as well. Have we seen 2 free throws consecutively go in tonight? I'm not sure. Today, not tonight. 37-32. 4:40 to go in the fourth. Andrea Blackwell's got it up top. Here's number 24 at the volleyball line. Taking her time, giving it back to Denaria. Denaria shoots and banks in a 3 from the wing. Right in front of her bench, and it is now 37-35. Nearly halfway through the fourth. A 2-point lead for Morehead. Abernathy moves ahead. Abernathy inside. Here's the shot. Zenariah Simmons. It's off target. Denaria Blackwell's got a chance to tie it on the other end. Crosses over Wade. Drives inside. Loses it. Picks it up. Gives it to Andrea. Andrea for the lead. Too strong. Rebound Minter. Minter's going the other way. Guarded one-on-one by Andrea. Loses it off her foot. Denaria's got it. Now under the basket. Denaria to tie it. Swishes it. Lays it in. It is 37 apiece with 3:45 to go in quarter number 4. Minter's going the other way. Minter drives. Minter puts it up, and it's good. What a response. 39-37 now as Minter motions to Coach Corey for a timeout, and they do call one. So 3:34 to go in the fourth, and it's a 2-point advantage for Morehead. Closest game we've seen between these two teams, a 13-point lead, 13-point win for Morehead back in December, and a 21-point win for Morehead in January against this Reidsville squad. Big conference rivalry action. If Reidsville wins, they move to number 3 in the conference. They're currently tied with Carver at 3-3 apiece. Again, that's assuming that McMichael beats Carver. That would have to happen. I don't know if we have a score update on that as they're playing in Winston-Salem today. So we know the game's over, but it's not been put into Max Preps. Varsity boys game is going on right now, and the last update in Max Preps is it's 14-8. McMichael leads Carver. 3:34 to go in the fourth. Reidsville will inbound after the timeout. Lariah Whitaker gets it into Andrea Blackwell. Andrea Blackwell holds on. Andrea over to Denaria. Denaria's got it at the volleyball line. Here's Andrea, the three. In and out. Rebound goes to Minter. Had a chance to take the lead there as well, missed it. Minter on the other end. Wanted a foul call, doesn't get it. And now on the other end, trying to tie it again. Andrea Blackwell does. 39 apiece. 5 minutes into the final period. Morehead needs to inbound it quickly. They don't have it in yet. And timeout was called by Coach Corey to avoid the penalty. 2 minutes, 53 seconds to go in the fourth quarter of this county rivalry matchup, conference rivalry matchup here on RoCo Radio. Two 4A teams jockeying for position in the playoff picture, exactly 14 days away till the playoff standings are revealed. 2 minutes, 53 seconds to go in the fourth. We'll see what happens, as these teams each have scored 39. Morehead just called timeout after struggling to inbound it. Back on the court for Morehead will be Abernathy, Tasia Martin, Destiny Minter, Tiana Booker, and Nariah Cobb. Tiana Booker taking place of her volleyball teammate Madeline Wade, but the rest of the players are starters. Reidsville brings onto the court Lariah Whitaker, Denaria, Andrea, and Mattia Blackwell, and they also bring on Draylon Lawson. Inbound from Abernathy with 2:53 to play. It'll go to Tiana Booker. Booker gives it up to Tasia Martin. Martin over to Minter. Minter at the volleyball line. Minter gives it to Martin. Martin will put it up from the free throw line. Missed it. Gets it back. Gets her own rebound under the goal. Has fallen down, and they will say that she was pushed. They call Montia Blackwell for the push. The fans on the Reidsville side of the gym are not happy about it. With 2.5 to play, Aaliyah Abernathy will inbound. Each team has 39 as she throws it away. Montia Blackwell heads the other way. Reidsville with a chance to take the lead. Montia stops, and it's knocked out of bounds. They'll say a timeout was called by Coach Solomon, as that disjointed play could have ended poorly. 2 minutes, 21 seconds to go in the fourth. Each team with 39 points. We'll see if Reidsville can close this one out and improve to 5-8 on the season and 4-3 in the conference. If they did win and McMichael beat Carver in Winston-Salem today in girls action, Reidsville will move to the number 3 spot in the Mid-State Conference. Reidsville would be directly behind this Morehead team that is currently 4-1 in conference play. Only 2 teams in the Mid-State Conference coming into today had winning records. That was Rockingham County and this Morehead team. Here's the inbound for Reidsville on the left side of the court. Up top to Whitaker. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the fourth. Number 25 picks up her dribble and gives it to Denaria Blackwell. Blackwell, number 12. Waits, a conservative defense from Morehead. Inside, under the basket, Whitaker loses it. Martin with the steal. Martin going down court. Lost the ball, goes up high off the glass, missed it. Rebound Booker, but it's knocked away by Montia Blackwell. Montia is wrapped up from behind, and just a clear foul by Tiana Booker. Minute 53 on the clock. It's been tied at 39 for a while now. Here comes the inbound from Lariah Whitaker. Whitaker gives it to Andrea Blackwell. Blackwell to Denaria Blackwell. Denaria's got it, driving left. She goes, passes inside. Here's Lawson. Lawson missed it. I believe the rebound goes to 3 different people, and they'll call it jump ball. Possession arrow is with the red and white. Minter's got it with 101 seconds to play in the fourth. Here's the inbound to Martin. Martin back to the point guard, Destiny Minter. Minter's got it moving forward. Minter goes right. Minter draws back. Minter gives it to her teammate in the corner. Abernathy's got it under the basket. Tried for the N1, but she missed the shot. Two foul shots coming up for Aaliyah Abernathy. It has stayed at 39 apiece for a long time now here today in Eden. In and out on the free throw attempt. Could come back to bite him. Every point matters at this stage of the game. Abernathy stands in, takes the dribble, puts it up, back iron. Rebound to Whitaker, and Whitaker's fouled from behind by Abernathy, who came in trying to get her own rebound. Minute 26 to go in the fourth. 39-39. Lariah Whitaker passes into Andrea, over to Denaria. Minute 22 to go. Montia's got it. Passes inside. Draylon Lawson missed it. Rebound goes to Minter. Minter through traffic. Has it stolen. And falling to the ground will be Whitaker. We'll see who they call for the foul, but I think it'll be Minter. It is. That's her third foul. So she's got 2 more before she's out of here. Minute 14 to go, and that'll put Reidsville in the bonus, so they'll shoot 2. Lariah Whitaker at the line. Reidsville struggling mightily from the free throw line tonight, so is Morehead. Whitaker misses the first. Steps off the free throw line. And now steps back up after the air ball on the first attempt. Second one. In and out. Rebound. Fight for it. And getting it is Montia. Denaria's got it out. Surprised they didn't call a jump ball there. Denaria draws it out, guarded one-on-one by Martin. To Andrea, in front of her team's bench. Guarded softly by Minter. Now going left is Denaria. Denaria spins. Andrea Blackwell, corner 3. Off the mark. Rebound Whitaker. 50 seconds to go in the fourth. Denaria dribbles it and gives it to Whitaker. Whitaker the 3. Misses the corner 3. Long rebound goes to Martin. Martin under the basket. Has it knocked away from behind. Ball on the ground. What a job by Denaria with the rebound. Passes to Montia, who is fouled. 33.4 seconds to go. These teams have not scored in forever. Both teams have missed free throws. And that foul, since Reidsville's in the bonus, will send them to the line. I don't think these teams have scored in like 2.5 minutes of game time. But with timeouts and free throws and everything, it's been like 10 minutes since we've called a basket scored, it feels like. At the free throw line is Montia Blackwell. Neither team shooting free throws well. 33.4 seconds to go. If you're going to hit them, you need to hit them now. Reidsville looking for their first win over Morehead this year. First free throw misses. Wide right, bounce to the left side of the basket. Here comes the second free throw attempt from Montia. Backboard and in. She banks it home. 40-39. Going the other way is Minter. Full steam ahead. Minter driving and she's tripped. Tripped by Andrea Blackwell. And I think they're in the bonus. She will shoot two. Minter is hyped up as she will get to shoot two free throws. Two critical free throws here. A 40-39 Reidsville lead, but Morehead has a chance to claim the lead once again. They've held it for most of the game. Minter's first free throw is a swish. We are tied at 40. 28 and 9/10 of a second to go in the fourth here in the Tri-City. Both teams in the bonus. Second free throw is good as well. Destiny Minter, ice in her veins, hits two free throws. 41-40 lead for Morehead. 25 seconds left. Andrea Blackwell, far side corner, shoots the two, and she floats it up and in. A 42-41 Reidsville lead. 15 seconds to go in the fourth. Minter is driving the other way. Minter puts it up, floats it in, and missed it. Rebound, Morehead. Drawing it out, Minter puts it up, 5 seconds left, and it's stolen. Stolen, but thrown away by Montia to Andrea. 1 second left, she heaves it up, not fouled, and the Reidsville Rams escape with a victory. 42-41. The Reidsville Rams take down the Morehead Panthers. It took them 3 games this year, but they finally take down Morehead. They lost to them by 13 in December, lost to them by 21 in January, but somehow the Reidsville Rams take down the Destiny Minter-led Morehead Panthers 42-41. In girls action here in Eden, devastating loss for Morehead and a big win for Reidsville, who could definitely use it. They now improved to 5-8 overall and 4-3 in the conference. That would make Morehead, they're still in second place in the conference. They're 4-2 behind the 7-0 Rockingham County Cougars. But the Reidsville Rams, if Carver lost today, would take hold of the number 3 spot in the conference. So assuming there's a Carver loss, Reidsville's 4-3 and they're holding on to number 3. If Carver won, then Carver and Reidsville are tied for third, and McMichael would drop 1.5 games behind them. Either way, big win for Reidsville, crushing loss for Morehead, who is trying to get their first winning season in forever, and they now drop overall to 9-8. Reidsville Rams boys basketball team comes onto the court, and the Morehead Panthers team will run onto the court. Got varsity boys action coming up next here on RoCo Radio. Thank you guys so much for listening in. YouTube, Facebook, Substack, or RoCoRadio.com. Last time these two teams played, it was a 100-59 victory for the Reidsville Rams. And Deontay Neal dropped 52 points. I think it was 52. It was over 50, the exact number. Yes, it was 52. He had 52. And that got quickly overshadowed because the very next day he broke the Reidsville scoring record by scoring 63. But it was impressive at the time, and it's still impressive that he scored 52 points against this Morehead Panthers team that was at Reidsville. The Morehead boys have a considerable home advantage. They perform much better here year over year compared to Reidsville. I've got some theories as to why that is, but Morehead's home record over the years for their boys team has been much better than their away record. This year, trend is carrying over as well. They've played in 15 games. Of the 7 that are at home, they've won 3, and they've only won 3 games this year. They haven't won an away game or a neutral site game all year long. Reidsville on the road, though, are 3-0, and Reidsville has not lost an away game in 4 years. They've lost 2 neutral site games. They lost in a championship, and they lost to Washington in a tournament game. Those are the only 2 losses over the past 4 years. So everybody talks about Reidsville home advantage. Reidsville away advantage, maybe. 7:45 to go until the game tips off. Looking at the tail of the tape, Reidsville is number 1 in the 4A RPI. Morehead number 46 in the 4A RPI. High school overtime projects Reidsville to get the 1 seed in the East. If the season ended today, Morehead is set as the 23 seed in the East coming into this competition. So their path would include facing an, I guess it would be a 12 seed? No. It would be a 10 seed and then a 7 seed in round 2. Coach Ross for the Reidsville Rams comes into this one with a 146-18 record, just absurd. And Coach Price is just above 500. He's won 103 of his 205 games, so he's got 103 wins, 102 losses. Reidsville averaging 81.4 points per game. Morehead just 54.3 points per game. Reidsville giving up 58.1 points per game, and Morehead giving up 68 points per game. Margin of victory for Reidsville, 23.3 points per game. Morehead's margin of loss, negative 13.7. Now, Morehead has had an insane schedule this year. They're used to facing just exceptional teams. They've played Reidsville this year, so I don't think they're scared of this fight, but you got to be... I don't know what the exact emotion you feel coming into this if you're Morehead, but they're not scared. I think they're excited to play on their home court, especially after so long of a break. Looking at the Mid-State Conference standings in the Mid-State 3A, 4A, 5A. Currently, Reidsville holds the number 1 spot. They're 6-0 in the conference. Trailing right behind them is Walkertown, who they narrowly beat. Walkertown is 6-1. Their only loss coming to Reidsville in conference play. Walkertown 6-1 in the conference, 11-6 overall. They've played a crazy schedule. 11-6 doesn't tell the full story. Coming in at third is 6-2 McMichael, who is 12-3 overall. Right behind them is Carver, who is 2-4 in the conference. Those 2 teams are playing today, but McMichael, Walkertown, and Reidsville have kind of been set as the top 3 teams in the Mid-State. In at 5th is the Morehead Panthers. They are 1-4 this season, 3-12 overall. And behind them is Rockingham County, the number 6 team. They're 1-6 in the conference, 4-14 overall. And in dead last, Bartlett Yancey, 0-5 in the conference and 5-9 over the course of the season. About 5 minutes to go until this game gets underway. Didn't hear about any injuries coming into this one, but I didn't get a chance to catch up with either head coach for the boys teams coming into this one. Expecting to see the usual starters: Kevin Corum, Tice Woods, Roy Thompson, Zach Webb, and Aiden Haygood. For more, I think that's who they've been starting. Don't have it written down. But on the Reidsville side, Deontay Neal, Paul Cawthon Jr., Frankie Galloway have been the guys you know are going to start coming into every game. They've mixed it up with the other 2 guys for a lot of the season. Most of the guys on the list have gotten some serious playing time. Now, one thing that gets overshadowed about this last game that Morehead played against Reidsville is Deontay Neal scores 52 points. That's crazy. Paul Cawthon Jr. scored 25. He had 11 rebounds, 10 assists, and 7 steals. Paul Cawthon Jr. was 3 steals away from a quadruple-double. And because Deontay Neal scored 52, that kind of gets lost to history. But, I mean, Cawthon Jr. had an insane stat line. There are very few stat lines that would be better than that. I mean, he might get a quadruple-double this year. Who would be that surprised? I mean, you get surprised because it's a quadruple-double, but I think he could do it. Carlton Jr. is second on the team in most stat categories. Points per game, he's at 22.6, that's second. 5.5 assists, that's second. Rebounds, 8.7, that's second. 3.4 offensive rebounds per game, that's second. 4.7 steals per game, that's second. Third on the team in blocks per game, just under 1 block per game. Carlton Jr. doing fantastic. Deontay Neal leading the team with 36.8 points per game. Wild numbers. 8.5 assists per game, 5.9 steals per game, and he was the North Carolina steals leader last year. Gatorade North Carolina Player of the Year. He's committed to UNCG. Was one of the nominees for the All-American, McDonald's All-American game, but just missed out. But again, prestigious to even be nominated for it. Forgot Mario Ingram will start as well. He is averaging 6.2 points per game, third on the team, 9.8 rebounds per game, 3.7 offensive rebounds per game, 2.5 blocks per game. Those last three stats are good enough for first on the team. He had 16 points, 11 rebounds, a double-double, and 5 blocks against Morehead the last time these two teams faced. I think it was January 9th that these two teams faced, so about 29 days ago. A little over 4 weeks on a Friday night. Mario Ingram's had a much bigger role this year. He'll be one of the starters coming into this one. But yeah, that was an impressive game for Reidsville. They hit triple digits. Deontay Neal had more than half of those points, 52% of them to be exact. And calculate that in your head. Morehead warming up on the left half of the court. Reidsville warming up on the right half of the court. They get ready for conference action. Got Saturday basketball action because of all of the cancellations over the past 2 weeks due to all the ice and snow and weather. And now about a minute to go until this first quarter starts. Reidsville with an upset victory over Morehead in girls action just now, 43-42 victory after losing to the team by double digits in 2 games earlier this year. We'll bring you varsity boys action. We'll hand it over to the crowd mic in a minute for PA announcer introductions of the starting lineups and the Star Spangled Banner. Both teams getting set for the Star Spangled Banner. Appears they'll be playing it instead of the band doing it. Reidsville Morehead varsity boys action, county rivalry action, conference rivalry action on its way here on RoCo Radio.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Morehead High School to this afternoon's Mid-State 3, 4, and 5A basketball matchup as the Morehead Panthers welcome the Reidsville Rams. Our officials for this evening's contest are Victor Childs, Wade Prowse, and Eric Purdue. Please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. varsity for Reidsville round. Starting at center, junior, number 34, Jacques Hines. And starting at forward, junior, number 15, Mariel Ingram. And starting at forward, junior, number 10, Jabril Watlington. And starting at guard, sophomore, number 2, Paul Coffin Jr. And starting at guard, senior, number 1, Deontay Neal. Regional round joined by head coach Jason Ross, assistant coaches Gerard Neal, Khalil Rahman, Brian Jenkins, Justin Massey, and Chico Galloway. And here's your starting lineup for the Morehead Panthers. Starting at guard, sophomore, number 22, Zach Webb. And starting at forward, sophomore, number 25, Aiden Haygood. And starting at forward, senior, number 1, Kevin Corum. And starting at guard, senior, number 3, Titus Woods. And starting at forward, senior number 5, Roy Thompson. The Panthers are led by head.
So Reidsville going to switch up their lineup a little bit today. Frankie Galloway not in the starting lineup. They'll bring in Jabril Watlington, Deontay Neal, Paul Cawthon Jr., Mario Ingram, and Jaquez Hines. Morehead will bring on Calvin Corum, Titus Woods, Roy Thompson, Zach Webb, and Aiden Haygood. Set to jump at midcourt will be Mario Ingram and Roy Thompson. Roy Thompson is 6 foot 180. Mario Ingram comes in at 6'2". Roy Thompson, the senior, Mario Ingram, the junior, as they get set to jump at midcourt. We're here in Eden, Saturday basketball at 4 p.m. as Mario Ingram knocks it back to Watlington, who hands it to Deontay Neal. Reidsville Morehead is underway. Cawthon Jr.'s got it. He goes left. Cawthon Jr. over to Ingram. Ingram puts it up. Fouled, almost had the and one. It led to the free throw line for 2 free throws. Ingram takes 3 dribbles. And the first one will rattle in. A 1-0 lead with 7:44 to go in the first quarter for Reidsville. Mario Ingram spins the ball in his hand and gets ready for free throw attempt number 2. That one's good as well. That time it was a lot prettier. Swishes it, so it's a 2-0 game. Driving is Woods. Woods in the far side corner, inside to Haygood. Haygood puts it up, he's fouled. Aiden Haygood will shoot 2 free throws. Haygood heads to the line, averaging 9.5 points per game. He's second on the team. Had 11 points versus Reidsville the last time these teams played. First free throw is off the mark. Also had 6 rebounds, 3 of which were offensive, 2 assists, and a block in that game. Haygood, number 25, will miss both free throws. Offensive rebound, though, for Thompson. Thompson kicks it out to Kevin Corum. Kevin Corum pump fakes, drives. The lefty makes the basket. We're tied at 2 apiece, 34 seconds in to the first quarter. Neal gives it to Watlington. Watlington inside to Ingram. Ingram hands it to Neal. Neal pump fakes, puts it up from just outside the elbow. It's short. Zach Webb the rebound. Webb crosses the timeline and dribbles on the Panther logo. Hands it over to Woods. Woods to Webb. Motion offense for Morehead as Thompson goes left. Thompson handoff to Woods. Woods guarded closely by Neal. Woods will make it past Neal, puts it up, and off the backboard and in. A 4-2 lead for the Morehead Panthers. Neal goes left, and Neal gives it inside to Cawthon Jr. Cawthon Jr. has to draw it out. Cawthon Jr. dribbles high. Now will go inside, puts it up, off the backboard too strong. Mario Ingram the rebound, but it's stripped away. Zach Webb has it. Webb double teamed, gives it to Haygood. Haygood gives it to Woods. Woods, full court pass to Corum. Corum draws it out, takes a long two. Flat off the back iron. Neal the rebound. Neal inside to Carlton Jr. Carlton Jr. pump fakes and draws it back out. Carlton Jr. inside to Jaquez Tynes. Tynes goes and gives it to Ingram. Ingram from 15 feet. Cashes in. Tied at 4-piece. Woods crosses midcourt. And goes left. Tries to throw it off of Wallington. He does. So it's Morehead basketball. Woods yells at his teammates. Called a vocal leader by Coach Price. Inbounds it to Roy Thompson. Thompson has it taken by Neal. They'll call it a jump ball. And no, they won't. Neal said his foot was on the line. He was right. Thompson's foot was on the sideline. So it'll go Reidsville's way. No need to change the possession arrow. Inbound over to Neal. Neal goes left. Neal jumps inside, puts it in on the right side of the goal to make it a 6-4 Reidsville lead. They reclaim it. Haygood goes up strong, but he missed it. Now a rebound for Reidsville on the other end. It's Neal again. He's got 4. 8-4 Reidsville lead as Woods goes the other way. Woods drives, puts it up strong, but he's short on the floater. They'll say it was all out of bounds, touched last by the Rams. Inbound coming from Woods. Looking for someone to pass it to, gets it into Corum. Corum spins, gives it to Webb. Webb goes left. Webb to Thompson. Thompson the 3. Yes, sir. 8-7. Reidsville leads by just 1 point. Carlton Jr. on the other end puts it on off the backboard. Quick response, a 10-7 ball game. Referees blowing his whistle, and the foul will be called. I'm unsure what that motion is. Assuming there was a foul called. Tyus Woods brings it up the court. They keep the points on the board, so a 3-point advantage for Reidsville. As Woods is guarded one-on-one by the man averaging 5 steals per game. Gets it to Haygood. Haygood spins, guarded by Tynes. Haygood puts it up, too strong, over the goal. Rebound will go to Haygood, who passes inside to Roy Thompson. Now it's 10-9. Reidsville leads by 1. Halfway through the first, Morehead hanging with Reidsville, team that's only lost twice in the past 4 years. Neal puts it up and missed it. Rebound, fight for it. Gets it to Galloway. Galloway passes to Carlton Jr. Carlton Jr. has it knocked away from behind. Corum presumably was the one who touched it last. Neal's got it. Neal passes to Ingram. Ingram spins. Ingram gives it to Galloway. Galloway pump fakes, and they say he traveled. Feet went before the dribble, so with 4:03 to go in the first, Morehead is set to inbound. Roy Thompson will take it out. Thompson gets it to Titus Woods. Woods makes his way forward, guarded by Neal. Neal guards him as Thompson gets it. Thompson to Corum. Corum moves right, gives it to Haygood in the corner. Haygood back to Corum. Corum, spot up 3 from the wing. Foul is called off ball. The 3 is good, but it's unclear what the call was. Foul was on Tynes off the ball as Corum shot the 3. They'll give him the 3 points. And it's Morehead basketball. 12-10 lead as Webb takes it from the corner. Webb is double teamed and it goes out of bounds. They'll say it was off of number 22 last. The Ville has the basketball. 3:40 left in the first. Inbound to Neal. Neal's across midcourt. Neal goes left. Neal gives it to Cawthon Jr. from the corner. Three is in and out. Rebound Frankie Galloway. Galloway up and under on the left side. Ties it up at 12 apiece with 3:20 to go in the first. Webb gives it to Woods. Woods has it near side, and it's taken away. They'll say it was out of bounds last touch by Neal. Corum to inbound, wearing number 1. The starter passes to senior Titus Woods. Woods guarded by Neal. Woods gives it to Thompson. Thompson has it just taken from behind by Neal. Neal outruns everyone and lays it in with the left hand, making it 14-12 Reidsville. 5 minutes in to this ball game here in Tri-City. Ball goes out of bounds, and they'll say it was last touched by the fingertips of Woods. He wanted it to be called out on Frankie Galloway. It was not. Checking in will be Isaiah Abdu. And Woods will check off the court. Abdu was quiet in the last game against Reidsville. Sophomore had 2 points. Neal pushes forward, picks up his dribble, double teamed, hands it off to Cawthon Jr. Cawthon Jr. pushing inside, putting it up with his left hand, and what a maneuver. Now 16-12. After the basket's good. Abdu's got it, number 14, moves ahead, has it tipped by Neal, and they'll say that Neal fouled him. .226 to go in the first. Corum to inbound. Corum gets it into Abdu. Abdu to Webb. Webb over to Thompson. Thompson inside. Haygood lays it in. 16-14. Reidsville just leads by 2. Surprising how close it's been after Reidsville beat them by 41 last month. Neal goes left. Neal shoots the 3. Short. Rebound goes to Cawthon Jr. Cawthon Jr. to Galloway. Galloway misses the 3 as well. Long rebound. What a job. What a save by Robinson. Now Neal's got it. Neal back to Robinson, who made his way back in with nobody noticing, and he lays it in. 18-14. Number 4 with a huge play. And a 4-point lead now for the Rams. Up at the top, it's Zach Webb. Webb to Corum. Corum the 3. Off target. Thompson tried for a crazy rebound. It's out of bounds, and they'll say it's sticking with Morehead. Frankie Galloway can't believe it. Morehead was already headed the other way. Webb's going to inbound, and whistle blows as Titus Woods checks in for Aiden Haygood. Woods tried to pass it in. Cawthon Jr. tapped it out of bounds. Here comes the inbound for number 3. Gets it up to Abdu. Abdu back to Woods. Woods draws it back. Woods now drives. Woods pauses, and it's stolen. Jordan Robinson comes up with it and gives it to Galloway. Galloway will drive. Galloway inside. Cawthon Jr., number 2, pulls it out and will hand it to Mario Ingram. Blocked and sent out of bounds as Tavion Peterson checks in. Neal gets it in. Here's Cawthon Jr. Cawthon Jr. to Neal. Neal moves forward, puts it up and under, it's good. A play that only Deontay Neal can make, makes it 20-14. Peterson under the basket, he holds on, has to go up, ball is flying around, and Thompson comes up with it. He lays it in, 20-16. Cawthon Jr. responds on the other end. Slides his way to the basket. Zach Webb's got it. Webb gives it to Thompson. Thompson to Peterson. Peterson to Webb. Webb letting time bleed off the clock. 15 seconds left in the first. He's got to make forward progress. He tried to give it to Abdu. Abdu missed the pass. And the drop results in a Reidsville basketball. Talon Corum checks in for the first time tonight for Morehead. Here's the pass to Deontay Neal. Neal moves ahead. Neal across midcourt. Neal inside the three-point line, and he is fouled. Just under 3 seconds to play in the first. Teams are not in the bonus, but they will say that he was on the way up. So Neal will shoot 2. Reidsville leads by 6 here in the first. First free throw is good. 3-possession game now, 23-16. Neal will shoot free throw number 2. And he makes it. So 24-16, an 8-point lead. 2.9 seconds to get up the court here in the first quarter for Morehead. Haygood slings it ahead. Thompson loses it. Neal comes up with it from 3/4 court. Oh, he almost made it. Wide left. Hit the rim, though. As Neal came up with the ball and almost pulled it off. And the thing about Neal is nobody would have been shocked if he would have made it at all. Thanks for joining us. Got some listeners on YouTube, got some on Facebook. If you're listening on RoCoRadio.com or Substack, we're happy to have you as well. Go ahead and see a lot of fans in the stands here wearing either Carolina gear or Duke gear ahead of the big game today. Go ahead and tell us in the comments who you're cheering for, unless you're cheering for Duke. Here on Saturday, February 7th. Been about 2 weeks of no basketball for each of these teams, probably going to play into this down the stretch as they are less conditioned, because it's probably hard. Probably won't being able to practice and get to the gym in all the snow. Just what I'm presuming, no inside knowledge. Morehead will inbound. It's Kevin Corum going to send it to Zach Webb. Corum gets it to Woods. Woods goes left. Woods gives it to Haygood. Haygood makes the dart pass to Thompson, who drives inside but missed the layup on the left side. Carlton Jr. speeds ahead after the rebound from Ingram. Number 2 goes up strong, slings it off the basketboard, misses it, but Mario Ingram will clean that one up and give Reidsville a double-digit lead for the first time tonight. Today, 26-16, and a travel is called on the Panthers. My mom said Duke, but she said my sister said to tell me she's cheering for Carolina. My sister and I are the only Carolina fans in the family. Sad state of affairs, but they're going to win tonight. Carlton Jr.'s got it on the far side. Here's Tyson Broadway with a 3 after just checking in. He missed it as Kevin Corum gets the rebound and gives it to Woods. Woods in front of the scorer's table on the far side, a minute into quarter number 2. Woods back to Corum. Corum goes left. Corum to Haygood. Haygood has it knocked away. Steal by Cawthon Jr. Neal's got it up ahead. Guarded one-on-one by Woods, but he lays it in as he was ahead of Woods. 28-16. Reidsville leads by a dozen, and a timeout is called by Coach Tubbs. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Tri-State Steel in Reidsville, distributing quality metals for over 30 years. Our clients range from mom-and-pop shops and building contractors to large manufacturers and fabricators. Visit us at our 6,000 square foot, fully stocked retail metal superstore at 2513 Richardson Drive, where we can help you meet your homeowner or hobbyist needs. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon. From pipe bowers to square tubing to finger yard material and more, our retail metal superstore has several quality metal products in stock in various sizes and ready to be cut to your exact specifications. Call for a quote at 336-280-4859. That's 336-280-4859. For Tri-State Steel, a valued community member. Melita also says that she's rooting for Duke. So a 2-on-1 in the comment section right now. Here's Roy Thompson getting it in to Titus Woods. Now a full court press from Reidsville, and it's aggressive. Webb moves forward. Webb trying to get it across midcourt. Neal's on the other half. Corum gets it, and Corum will put it up. Overshoots it with his left hand. Neal the rebound. Neal up to Cawthon Jr. Cawthon Jr. passes to Robinson, and Robinson lays it in. He's got 4. 30-16 as Reidsville is going on a massive run here. They now lead by 14. Over towards Woods. Woods to Webb. Woods and Webb taking turns with it. Webb holding on, giving it to Woods, and it bounces off his right hand, or his left hand, as he was facing the other team's goal, and it'll go out of bounds. 2 minutes into quarter number 2. Neal to inbound to number 25, Carson Dolans. Back to Neal, over to Dolans. Now in the far side corner, it's Ingram. Ingram up to Robinson. Now in the corner, it's a 3, and Neal is fouled hard in midair. 3 free throws coming up. Reidsville wearing their navy jerseys, navy shorts. Got the gold lining and gold numbers on the back. White lining around that and an R above it. Free throw's good for Neal. He went 8 for 11 the last time these two teams played from the free throw line, making it 31-16. Second free throw is good as well. Now making it 32-16. Javion Hairston checks in for Mario Ingram, who will take a breather. Putting in some work on the boards down low. Earned his rest. Neal gets the free throw. It's 33-16 here in the second. Woods goes the other way. Woods gives it to Peterson. Peterson back to Woods. Woods on the right side, struggling to get across midcourt. Gets to Haygood, near side corner, takes the 3. Double pump, missed it. Jordan Robinson tracks down the rebound, gives it to Neal. Neal going to push it and give it to Hairston. No, it's Robinson. No, it's Hairston. No, it's not. It's neither of those. My gosh. It's Carson Dolans. Woods has it far side. Peterson. Peterson back to Woods. Woods to Corum. Corum up to Peterson. Peterson takes the 3. They're down 20. Now they're down 17. Peterson gets his first points of the night. Neal up to Cawthon Jr. Cawthon Jr. short. Rebound will go to Thompson after he fought for it. Woods dribbles forward with 4:50 to go in the second quarter. Woods over to Corum. Corum up to Peterson. Peterson to Thompson. Thompson drives inside and tries to throw it out. He's fouled in the air. 4 minutes, 39 seconds to go. In the first half. Woods will inbound. Reidsville went on a massive run. Not sure the exact number, but I think it was at least a 16-0 run. Peterson tries for another three in the corner. He airballed it that time. Neal's up ahead. Neal puts in the layup. Woods tried to chase him down, couldn't get there in time. 38-19, Reidsville doubling Morehead's score. Nearly halfway through quarter number 2. Thompson has it. Thompson gives it to Peterson. Peterson over to Abdu. Abdu has it stripped, and they will call a jump ball as Abdu and Cawthon Jr. got tangled up. Possession arrow with the Rams. Four minutes, 11 seconds on the clock in quarter number 2. Here's the inbound. It'll go to Cawthon Jr. Reidsville up by 19. Up ahead, Cawthon Jr., and they call travel. I think they're calling the travel on Javion Hairston, the 6'2", 180 junior. Exactly 4 minutes to go in quarter number 2. We've reached the halfway mark in the second quarter. Woods has it. Woods gives it to Webb on the far side corner. Inside to Haygood. Haygood backs him down, puts it up. Too strong off the backboard and too high. Rebound will go to 25. Now Cawthon Jr. has it. Cawthon Jr. slows. Now he speeds up. Now he goes and puts it in with his right hand. He's on the ground after that one. Now he's back up, 40-19. Woods moves forward. Here's number 3 on the near side. Gives it to Haygood. Haygood to Webb. Webb up to Peterson. And Peterson gives it back to Webb. Number 22 loses it, and they'll say it was last touched by Cawthon Jr., who went for an aggressive steal. Cawthon Jr. came into this one averaging 4.7 steals per game, and he had 7 steals the last time these two teams met. Roy Thompson, number 5, gets it to Woods. Woods across midcourt, over towards Webb. Webb thinks about going right. He spins and gives it up to Woods. Woods now will drive. Woods traveled. .305 to play in the first half. A 40-19 Reidsville lead as Cawthon Jr. dribbles up the court. Cawthon Jr. gives it to Hairston. Hairston, number 11, gives it to Neal. Neal moves back. Neal takes the 3, contested 3, missed it. Rebound goes into Hairston's lap, but he lost the basketball. It's Zach Webb moving the other way after the steal. He spins, pump fakes, and puts it in off the backboard. 40-21 after he uses the window to score. 2.5 to go in the second quarter. Here's Neal. Missed that 3. Cawthon Jr. gets the rebound. Cawthon Jr. draws it out, gives it to Neal. Neal to number 25. Carson Dolans gives it in to Hairston. Hairston misses off the rim, but Hairston will rebound and put it in. 42-21. 2-minute warning here in the second as Isaiah Abdu will take a spot-up 3 and miss it. Rebound Hairston, Neal. Journeys forward. Gives it to Cawthon Jr. Cawthon Jr. swishes the 3 from the near side corner with 1:45 to go in the second. Now 45-21 as Zach Webb moves forward and gives it to Peterson in front of Reidsville's bench. Isaiah Abdu's got it. He gives it to Webb. Webb up to Peterson. Peterson moves right. Peterson will go to the rack and makes the lay-in. 45-22 now. 45-23 actually, with 1:20 to go in the second. Reidsville leads by 22. Whistle will blow, and a timeout is called by Coach Jason Ross. It's a full timeout. Tonight's broadcast, I keep saying tonight. It's today's broadcast. It is 4:31 p.m. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Tri-State Steel in Reidsville, distributing quality metals for over 30 years. Our clients range from mom and pop shops and building contractors to large manufacturers and fabricators. Visit us at our 6,000 square foot, fully stocked retail metal superstore at 2513 Richardson Drive, where we can help you meet your homeowner or hobbyist needs. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon. From pipe bollards to square tubing to finger guard material and more, our retail metal superstore has several quality metal products in stock in various sizes and ready to be cut to your exact specifications. Call for a quote at 336-280-4859. That's 336-280-4859 for Tri-State Steel, a valued community member. 74 seconds left in the second quarter. Reidsville has scored 45. Morehead has scored 23. Set to inbound will be two-time state champion Chris Smith. He inbounds it to fellow senior Deontay Neal, the only two who have been around for all 4 years of this impeccable run that has included only 2 losses. Near side it's Smith, giving it up, and now back to Chris Smith, who takes the 3, in and out. Offensive rebound, fights for it. He's under the basket and fouled. No, he's not. They call it travel on O'Darian Carter, who recently won a ring in the football state championship just about 2 months ago now. 54 seconds to go in the first half as Titus Woods checks back in and gets the basketball. Wipes off the bottom of his shoe. He's guarded one-on-one by Chris Smith. His twin brother Michael won 2 state championships in football. That will be knocked out of bounds. Here comes Tavion Peterson with the inbound. Peterson gets it to Haygood in the near side corner. Tosses it up, and it's knocked away by Carter. But here is Tavion Peterson cleaning it up. He gets it and scores. 20-point game now. Half a minute to go in the second. Neal moving forward, guarded one-on-one by Tavion Peterson. Neal taking a few dribbles, now going left. Trying to shake off Peterson. 15 seconds left in the second quarter. He nearly hit a 3 forced court jumper at the end of the first. Neal goes left, throws it to Cawthon Jr. 3, 2, puts it up, and it rattles in. We head to the third quarter. It's a 47-25 Reidsville lead. 22-point advantage for the Rams as they take on Morehead here in Eden. Things are staying like if you pace it, it's kind of like last game. So last time these two teams faced, it was 100-59 Reidsville. 47-25. If they score exactly the same in the second half, it'll be a 94-50 game. So staying in the kind of same range, but just lower scoring. Obviously, you can't predict that the final 16 minutes are going to go exactly the same as the first 16 minutes did. But Reidsville has a massive advantage right now over Morehead after having a shaky start. I mean, they should have probably been up by way more. If you're a team that's 12-1, you've lost twice in 4 years, and you just beat this team by 41, probably be leading by more than 4 points a few minutes in to the first quarter. But Reidsville is well on their way to another victory over a county rival. I forgot how many it is in a row over their county rivals, but it's been a ton. It's probably been at least 5 years since the county team has knocked them off, and maybe more. Thanks for joining us on RoCo Radio's YouTube, Facebook, Substack, or RoCoRadio.com. We are happy to have you along as we are halfway through this ball game between Reidsville and Morehead in boys varsity action. We do have a score update. Carver defeated McMichael 53-39 in girls varsity action. That game took place in Winston-Salem, and that's a really disappointing loss for McMichael. Leading at McMichael's schedule, I'm not sure if McMichael had played Carver this year yet, Yeah, they had, and they only lost by 4 that time. That was on January 9th. So that was oddly the same date that these two teams played here. So McMichael Carver played on January 9th. Carver wins by 4. And Reidsville Morehead played also on January 9th. Now they're playing again today. So Carver just beat McMichael by 14 this time in Winston-Salem. And that's a disappointing loss for the McMichael girls. So Carver's now tied with Reidsville again for third in the Mid-State Conference as McMichael moves to 3-5 on the season in the conference, and they drop to the number 5 spot, or they stay at the number 5 spot. Reidsville and Carver both 4-3 in conference play. So if the NCHSAA decides that we're just going to cut conference tournaments to the top 4 teams, which could happen because of all of the snow, then it would likely be Rockingham County, Morehead, Reidsville, and Carver playing. And unclear who would be the 3 seed, who would be the 4 seed between Reidsville and Carver. Those two teams have played this year. We did call that game. I think Reidsville won the first one, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to check up on that real quick. But, yeah, if they play again, then I don't know how a tiebreaker would rule. So Carver did play Reidsville, and Reidsville won by 4 this last time, and the first time they won by 1 point. So Reidsville would have the advantage. So I think if the season ended today and they said, hey, we're going to take the top 4 teams in each conference, then it'd be, the bracket would look like 1 seed Rockingham County facing 4 seed Carver, and then Morehead and Reidsville going at it again, which would be thrilling to watch in the 2 seed, 3 seed matchup for a chance to play for the conference championship. If you're unaware, the conference championships no longer really play a role in the playoff standings. They just take the top 48 teams by RPI. So, like last year, seeding-wise, the top 11 conference champions had to be the top 11 seeds, which kind of threw Rockingham County girls into the 17 seed, which was disappointing for them. And we had to go all the way to Cabarrus County because of it. And this year, conference championships won't matter in that sense, but you still want to win the conference title for the same reason you want to win the state title, because it's impressive and bragging rights as well. Melita says, why not just cancel conference tournaments? It makes no difference in the playoffs. Well, I think conference tournaments matter. I mean, in the college football playoffs, if they said conference championships no longer matter, and they wouldn't even factor it into seeding or anything, which they don't factor it into seeding, but I think I don't even think they care about it at all. But still, you want to be named the Big 12 champion. You want to be named the ACC champion. I think in college basketball, even if you didn't get an automatic bid for winning your conference, you still want to be just named conference champions. These teams are going to be facing each other for the next 4 years. Next 3 years after this one, you want to be named the top dog in the conference. So I think for the same reason, 8 teams in the state in boys basketball are going to win a state championship. Adding a conference championship is something that I don't know how many conferences there are, but you still want to do it. I mean, there's so many conferences. You want to be named your conference champion. For the same reason you want to be the state champion, just bragging rights. It looks good on a resume. If you're looking at a team, hey, reigning mid-state 3A, 4A, 5A champions. Also, they do count it in the like overall wins record and thing, overall RPI. So your winning percentage is affected by it, and your opponent's win percentage is affected by it. So it technically does count a little bit, but it can affect you negatively. Leah says, I can agree with that, but it still does not matter in the playoffs. Well, I think they want to play conference tournaments just because they want to play conference tournaments. I mean, it doesn't matter in the playoffs, but I think schools and such would still want to play conference tournaments if they can. So I wouldn't even be opposed to them taking the top 2 teams in each conference and saying you just play a one-off game on a Saturday. But I still think the designation of conference champion can't be something that's left blank for a year. I just don't like that. But I don't know if that's something most people would agree with. So quarter number 3, second half is going to start shortly. We've got about 3 minutes to go until it does. Morehead and Reidsville boys basketball teams are back on the court warming up. As Reidsville leads 47-25 after a shaky start after about 2 weeks off. More than that, actually, and that's not even counting. Like a lot of these coaches, I went back and looked, a lot of these teams year over year have had a long break for one reason or another. There's been teams who have had 3-week breaks. But those breaks either were just because of the schedule or something or because of snow, but usually they were having practice in that time period. Melita says, what if they only took the top 2 in college for conference championships? I'm not saying in general. I'm saying just this year. I wouldn't like that in college. I don't like it this year, but I'm saying it's better than no conference championship. So I'm saying there should be a game played for the conference title in a year where you have to condense the tournaments if there's scheduling conflicts and whatever. So I would be happier with the top 2 teams being taken than there being no conference title. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't love that in college. I don't love it in high school basketball. I wish every team would make it to the conference tournament and be put in. But in a year like this where you have the 2-week break, they might not be able to accommodate that. And I think last year they had to shorten the playoffs. It was in either basketball or baseball. It was definitely in basketball, where it was the top 4 teams made it. And that makes these conference races matter even more. Reidsville and Morehead gearing up for the second half of action. You're on RoCo Radio's YouTube, Facebook, Substack, or RoCoRadio.com. We're glad to have you along. No matter what platform you're listening on. And to see our full schedule of the games we'll be broadcasting next week, you can head to Facebook, follow us there. We're not sure exactly which games we'll be covering, but if you want updates on where we'll be, you can go and follow us on Facebook, where Joe Dexter will be posting updates. Coming back onto the court for Morehead to inbound will be Calvin Corum. Morehead bringing their starters back out. Reidsville not bringing their full starting lineup. They've got Demarion Whitted out there. And they've also got Jordan Robinson on the court. 2 non-starters. Ball is thrown away by Haygood. Mario Ingram with the steal, taking advantage of it, and scoring 2 on the other end. Right off the bat, 15 seconds for a steal, scoop, and score. 49-25 now, Reidsville leads. On the far side corner, now up top is Corum. Corum to Woods. Corum to Woods to Webb. Webb's got it. Webb to Thompson in the near side corner. He goes left and hands it off to Corum. Corum over towards Thompson. Thompson now holds on, gives it to Webb. Corner 3. And I think it was blocked by Ingram. I hope it was blocked by Ingram. That would. It hit the side of the backboard and went out of bounds. It depends on who they say it was out on. Oh my gosh. I guess they're saying it wasn't blocked, or it was blocked and he touched it. So it's Reidsville ball. But I don't know how a shot would go that awry without being deflected. Neal's got it. Neal moves across midcourt. In and out of 3 defenders, makes it look easy. Passes to Quathan in the corner. And Quathan Jr. buries that one. 52-25 now. Here with 6:55 to go in the third. Up to Thompson. Thompson's got it. Thompson over to Webb. Webb now goes right. Webb drives. Webb pushes his way through. Missed it. Corum the rebound. He goes up. He's fouled. Corum with the offensive rebound. He had 3 offensive rebounds the last time these 2 teams played. He's second on the team in offensive rebounds with 2.3 per game. He solely trails Roy Thompson, who's got 3.4 offensive rebounds per game. Here's the southpaw at the line. Makes the first. 52-26 now. Leah's asking if they'll go back to school on Monday. I'm assuming so, Melita. I mean, we're having games played here. I know RCC went back. I think they'll probably go back Monday. This wind, though, is intense. I know that wouldn't cancel school, but I was just complaining about it. 52-27 as Cora makes the second free throw with 6:35 to go in the third. Woods is going to inbound. Woods looking for somebody to pass it to. He gets it into Thompson, and a timeout is called by Coach Price as they struggle to get it in. It'll be a 30-second timeout from Coach Tubbs. Yeah, the wind outside was crazy walking in here. So the feels like temperature currently in Eden is 17 degrees because of how bad the wind is. 14 mile per hour winds right now. The wind gusts are 27 miles per hour. It was bad. It was worse earlier. But yeah, I'm hoping. I think school would start back, but I'm not sure. The high for Sunday is 34. The high for Monday is 44, so maybe some of the snow will melt, and they'll be able to head back to school. Pass is intercepted after the timeout, and here on the other end will be Demarion Whitted with the lay-in on the left side. 54-27 now. Here's Titus Woods at the top. Gives it to Thompson, near side wing. Thompson up to Haygood. Haygood to Woods. Woods to Corum. Corum pump fakes and draws it out. Morehead wearing their white uniforms. Got red Morehead written in cursive across the chest and red numbers below. Haygood will lay it in below the basket. Cutting it back to a 25-point deficit, 54-29. But Cawthon Jr. responds easily with a left-handed layup on the other end, 56-29. Woods puts it up, and it's off the backboard. Ball knocked out of bounds. They'll say it's staying with Morehead as Mario Ingram had it bounce off his chest. Skylar Perez, Isaiah Abdu checking in. Kevin Corum goes off the court, so it's Titus Woods. Here's the inbound from Webb. Webb to Skylar Perez. Perez goes left. Perez puts it high above his head. And we're now past to Webb. Almost intercepted by Cawthon Jr. Webb drives, turns around, guarded by Robinson, and it's stolen. Ingram gives it to Whitted. Whitted full court pass to Neal. Neal checks his feet. Neal going to drive now, not taking the three, and he lays it in. With 5:15 to go, it's 58-29 here in the third quarter. Reidsville doubling Morehead's score. Zach Webb's got it on the far side. Inside, it is Haygood. Haygood has it stripped. Isaiah Abdu recovers, though, and puts it in. Off the backboard, it's good. 58-31 now. 27-point lead for Reidsville. 3 minutes into the third quarter, and one for Neal. That was a theme the last time these two teams played, is that every time Neal went up, he was fouled, and he would score it anyways. That contributed to the 52-point night. 60-31 now with 4:48 to go in the third. As number one will shoot one. Here's the four-time state champion. Half of those in football, half of those in basketball. Number one's good. And it's 61-31. 30-point advantage for the Reidsville Rams. Webb's got it. Webb guarded by Cawthon Jr. Webb gives it to, the ball's being moved around, and Perez will give it to Thompson. Thompson back to Webb. Number 22 almost loses it. Now he's double teamed. Swarmed by Ingram and Cawthon Jr. Got to get it out. Throws it away. Somehow Abdu comes up with it. He gives it to Thompson. Thompson with the and one. That was a chaotic play there. And 2 or 3 mistakes on that play for Morehead, but it all is well if it ends well, as Thompson will shoot one free throw. It's 61-33. with 4:23 to go in the third. Short as Reidsville heads the other way. Deontay Neal's got it. 28-point lead for Reidsville. Here's the three from Chris Smith. Missed it. Rebound goes to Aiden Haygood. Haygood up to Webb. Webb moves forward, gives it to Thompson. Thompson under the basket, passes it out to Perez. Perez has it tipped, but he gets to Webb. Webb back to Perez. The three from the number 2, loses it, and Neal will lay it in. 63-33, a 30-point advantage for Reidsville. As Webb passes to Thompson. Thompson loses it. Thompson has it stolen by Cawthon Jr., tries for the N1, missed it, and there's no foul called. Ingram offensive board, passes to Chris Smith. Number 14 passes to number 2. Cawthon Jr. drives along the baseline and lays it in. 65-32 now, 33 now. .310 to go in the third. Pass is intercepted. Cawthon Jr. passes it forward, and Jordan Robinson is fouled on the way up. .183 seconds to go in the third. A 32-point advantage for Reidsville as Jordan Robinson comes up to the free throw line. Robinson 5'11", 165. Here comes the first free throw for number 4. Back iron. Robinson had a kick return touchdown in the state championship. If he makes this, they are doubling Morehead's score. He does not. Still 65-33, ball batted around. Robinson gets it back. Neal a deep 3. After the handoff from Robinson, it is perfect. 68-33 now, and a timeout is called by Coach Tubbs. So the clock has begun to run. As it is a 35-point game, and a timeout has been called by Coach Price. Got a Go Rams comment in the comments. Thank you for listening in on Facebook. Thank you also for listening in on YouTube, those of you on there. RoCoRadio.com and Substack as well. Here's the inbound from Roy Thompson. 2:54 to go in the third. It's a 68-33 game. Reidsville leads by 35, and the clock has begun to run. Webb gives it back to Peterson. Peterson to Webb. Webb moves forward. Webb passes to his teammate in the corner. And now Perez will take a 3 about 2 feet behind the three-point line. He switches it. 68-36 now. Here on the other end, hitting the floor will be Deontay Neal. And they'll call a blocking foul on Thompson. Clock is running, 2:20 to go, and it is ticking. Neal makes the first one, so it's 69-36 with 1:55 to go and counting. Second one's good as well. 70-36, Reidsville leads with 1:35 to go in the third. Peterson over towards Perez. Perez has it batted away, gets it back, and takes a baseline jumper. No good, as he was a little bit behind the backboard. And now Neal will move forward for the Rams. Double teamed by number 5 and number 15. And here's the shot from Cawthon Jr. It's good. 72-36. Reidsville in command with 75 seconds to go in the third. Pearson moves forward, and it's knocked away from behind. Cawthon Jr. moves ahead. Cawthon Jr. to Neal. Neal behind the back, takes the three, short. Long rebound will go to Eli Booth. Booth, the junior, gives it to number 22, Webb. Webb to Perez in the corner. It's a three. It's good. Now 72-39, and a timeout will be called by Coach Jason Ross of the Reidsville Rams. It's a 30-second timeout. 42 and 3/5 of a second to go in quarter number 3 here in Eden, as Morehead and Reidsville return to action here on a Saturday in February. A windy Saturday in February, following a 2-week winter break due to the snow and ice. Reidsville is set to inbound. It'll be Cawthon Jr. Neal's got it. Neal guarded by Tavion Peterson. Neal gets past him. And now he'll drive, makes the pass, no look to Javion Hairston, who cashes in. 74-39 now, and it's back to a 35-point game. Here's Eli Booth on the far side, up to Webb. 15 seconds left in the third. Webb moves right. Webb now turns, gives it to Booth. Booth to Perez in the corner. Perez the three. Not good that time. Hairston the rebound, but it's stolen by Peterson. 4-3, and a foul is called. Unclear who the foul was on. I think it's on Josiah Samalu, who's just checked in. Samalu, state champion in football, as the clock runs down due to the 35-point game. So we head to quarter number 4. Reidsville 74, Morehead 39. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Tri-State Steel in Reidsville, distributing quality metals for over 30 years. Our clients range from mom and pop shops and building contractors to large manufacturers and fabricators. Visit us at our 6,000 square foot, fully stocked retail metal superstore at 2513 Richardson Drive, where we can help you meet your homeowner or hobbyist needs. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon. From pipe bollards to square tubing to finger guard material and more, our retail metal superstore has several quality metal products in stock in various sizes and ready to be cut to your exact specifications. Call for a quote at 336-280-4859. That's 336-280-4859 for Tri-State Steel, a valued community member. Joanne Slade-Mann says in the comments, love my Reidsville Rams. We love calling Reidsville Rams action here on RoCo Radio. Love calling Morehead Panthers action too, and we get a 2-for-1 here today on a February Saturday in Eden. Here comes the inbound for Reidsville. Their lead by 35, and the clock is running. Neal will float it up there for Ingram. Tried for the alley-oop, off target. Ball is pushed down court. Here's Perez, near side corner three. Blocked by Ingram, and knocked out of bounds. It's Reidsville basketball. Mario Ingram gets a hand on it. He leads the team with 2.5 blocks per game. He had 5 blocks the last time these Morehead Panthers played Reidsville. Inbound, and there's a foul called on Woods as the inbound was targeted towards Neal. 7:25 on the clock, and it's rolling despite the foul, since it's a 35-point lead for Reidsville. Wildington gets it in to Cawthon Jr. Cawthon Jr. sends it up there for Ingram. Somehow saved it, but then he fell out of bounds. Grabbed it with his left hand. I'd like to see him as a wide receiver. Thompson gets it in to Woods, and Woods moves forward. Woods is on the near side. He gives it to Peterson, far side. Peterson, double teamed. Number 15 gets it out to Corum. Corum, the triple. Yes, sir. 74-42 now as Neal moves the other way. Neal puts it up, and he's fouled. Clock is still rolling, even though it's back to a 32-point game. Nobody's going to tell him. Neal will step up to the charity stripe. First free throw is good. 75-42 now. Reidsville's average margin of victory coming into this one, 23.3. And they currently lead their Eden rivals by 33. Neal's free throw is going to rattle in, making it 76-42 with 5.5 to play in the fourth. Corum pump fakes, drives, loses it, and it is saved by Hairston. Hairston to Samalou DeCauthen Jr., who's going to fly in. What a slam with one hand. 78-42. Woods double team, gets it to Corum. Corum now up to Peterson. Peterson 14 feet out, in and out. Haygood offensive rebound. He's going to go up strong. He's fouled. And he'll head to the line to shoot two with the clock rolling. Under 5 minutes to go in the fourth. First free throw is just short. Second one comes hard off the iron as well. Cawthon Jr. the rebound, pushes it forward to Neal. Neal's going to go up, and a blocking foul, and one. No. Did they call a charge? They uphold it. It's an and one. 80-42. 38-point advantage as Neal will shoot. Rams averaging 81.4 points per game coming into this one. Neal's got a chance to make it 81 for them right here at the free throw line. Neal in no rush. Now he steps forward. First free throw is good. And that's his only free throw as he made an and one. So 81-42 now. .335 left in the fourth. Peterson kicks it out. Corum the three. No good. Rebound will go to Carter. And Carter gives it up to Demarion Whitted. Whitted over to Galloway. Galloway up, and it's stolen. Knocked into the backcourt. Recovered by number 5, Demarion Whitted. He's guarded closely. Shakes his defender and draws it out. 3 minutes to go here in the fourth. Screen is set. He's going to make it through. Tried to make the pass to Galloway. They were not on the same page there, so it'll sail out of bounds. 2:45 to go in the fourth. Here's the inbound to Tavion Peterson. Pearson's got it, goes left. Pearson drives and throws it under the backboard. They will say that a foul was called. So 2 free throws coming up for Peterson with 2.5 to play in the fourth, and the clock rolling because of the 39-point game. Peterson averaging 6.6 points per game. Leads the team in steals with 1.4 per game. He was second on the team in points against Reidsville last time with 12, as he gets that one to bounce off the back iron and fall into the net. 81-43 now. Reidsville leads with 2 minutes to go in the fourth and a running clock in place. Tyler Casella is at the scorer's table as Peterson makes the second one. It's now 81-44. After the successful free throw trip. Dribbling forward is Whitted. Whitted goes left. Whitted turns and hands it over to Samalou. Samalou back to Whitted. Wooded drives, and we'll give it to 25 in the corner. He gives it up. Now drawing it out is Samalou. Samalou moves forward, puts it up. Left hand missed it. Rebound goes to Talon Corum, and the whistle blows. Checking in will be Cavante Hampton and Elijah Townsend for the Panthers. Inbound hasn't come yet. And I think a 30-second timeout was called to sub in players. Now it'll start running again as Eli Booth brings it up the court. Tyler Cassell's got it. Gives it to number 4 who loses it, gets it back, and it's stolen by Chris Smith. Up top is O'Darian Carter with like the highest jump layup I've ever seen. He could have slammed that thing home. 83-44. Here's the inbound, Cavante Hampton going up. Misses the lay-in. Half a minute to go in the fourth. And here goes Demarion Whitted. Here's a 3, Chris Smith, missed it. O'Darian Carter gets it and lays it in again. Up the court, Cavante Hampton has it again, 15 seconds left, loses it, gets it back, bounces it off his chest, and he goes out of bounds. With 10 seconds left in the fourth. And that'll probably be the end of this one. A 41-point win for Reidsville once again. And I think a timeout was called with 4 seconds left. And they give the ball to Cavante Hampton. They're going to let him go. And he tried to make the layup at the buzzer, but he missed it. He lays on the ground in agony after missing the buzzer beater. And for the second time this year, the Reidsville Rams defeat the Morehead Panthers by exactly 41 points. Last time it was 100-59. This time it's 85-44. Thank you guys so much for joining us on RoCo Radio, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, Substack, or RoCoRadio.com. I'm going to give you a little review of both of these games real quick, and then we're going to head out of here. Thanks for spending your Saturday afternoon with us. So looking first at the girls' game, and then we'll circle back to the boys' game. Girls' game, Reidsville jumps out early. They're looking better than usual, but then Morehead gets command, and after Morehead had beat Reidsville by double digits twice this year, one in a tournament game and once on Reidsville's home court, Morehead starts coming back. They lead by 5 at halftime, but it feels like they've got the momentum. They're going to lead by more. They only led by 4 at the end of the third, and somehow Reidsville came back, ties it up at 39 apiece with 3 minutes to go. Probably more than that, and it stays at 39 apiece for a very long time. Till the end of the game, it'll get to, with about half a minute to go, I think Reidsville hit a free throw to make it 40-39. The final score was 42-41. Destiny Minter hit 2 free throws on this end of the court to get the lead back for Morehead. It was 41-40 now. But then Andrea Blackwell on the other end would hit the go-ahead bucket, a floater on the far side corner. Far side short corner floater from Andrea Blackwell gives them the 42-41 lead. On the other end, Morehead puts it up. They miss. They fight for the ball. Ball is thrown out, and eventually time just expires. Reidsville pushes it forward to Andrea Blackwell, who throws it up to avoid getting fouled. And the Reidsville Rams escape with the win over Morehead, which was very shocking after losing to them twice this year. The first time it was 48-35, second time 60-39. But Reidsville does get the win. It felt like they could do it. If you just look at those scores, a little bit misleading. It was a little closer than those suggest. But overall, Reidsville gets a really big win, and they improve in the conference standings. Looking at the updated conference standings after Carver beat McMichael in girls action, over in Winston-Salem today. Rockingham County's at the top. They're 7-0 in the conference. Morehead at 4-2 there in second. Reidsville tied for third with Carver. Both of those are 4-3. McMichael is 3-5 in fifth place. Bartley Yancey in sixth at 1-4 in the conference, and Walkertown at the bottom. They are 0-6. And as a reminder, we've been saying it, they might condense the Mid-State Conference because of the last 2 weeks of snow and ice and games not being played. If the top 4 teams made it, it feels like Reidsville, Carver would be comfortably in there, and Rockingham County and Morehead are at the top, kind of firmly in those number 1 and number 2 spots, except for Morehead's loss today kind of moved them from being firmly in that spot. Now at 4-2, Reidsville or Carver could overtake them as they're only up by half a game, and it'd be a disaster for them if you go from 4-1 when the teams below you are all 500 or below, and then drop all the way to 4th place. Problem for Morehead is they're trying to get their first winning season in a very long time, decades, literally decades, but they are currently now at 9-8 after the loss. It is a disappointing loss for them, and they fall to 4-2 in the conference. We'll see what this does to them in the RPI, but it doesn't help their chances of getting a home game in the playoffs. And I'll be trying to come up with the RPI update. Subscribe on our Substack. I update where every team is in the playoffs. It'll likely be coming out today or tomorrow. I might let the dust settle on today's games because all across the state, weather affected games. So if you look at, like, the RPI can't be updating and saying, well, we don't know if a team is playing at 7 o'clock tonight as a Saturday makeup game, and then that'll affect everything, and then the RPI update will be kind of out of date. But if you go to RoCoRadioSports.substack.com, type in your email, it'll go directly to your inbox, or you can follow us on Facebook and click it there. It'll be posted there. RPI updates, whatever your favorite team is. We've got an update on McMichael, Morehead, Reidsville, Rockingham County, boys and girls teams, and you can scroll right to whichever team yours is and see where they are in the RPI. Got to make it to the top 48 to go to the playoffs, and then you're split down the middle, east and west, 24 teams on the east side, 24 on the west side, and the top 8 teams on the east, top 8 teams on the west get a bye week into round 2. Seeds number 9 through 16 on each side get a home playoff game. That's looking further and further out of reach for Morehead after the loss. The home playoff game is. Reidsville improves their RPI likely. They were 45th. Record improves from 4-8 to 5-8. So some quick math. So 4-8 would be .33333. So 5-8 would make it. Let me think. 5 and 8. Typing it in, it says .384 or .385. So that improves their RPI vastly by a 5-point jump. In the win percentage part of the RPI, 0.4, so 40% of your RPI is your win percentage. That's a substantial bump right there. I expect Reidsville to move forward in the RPI after that win. And looking at the boys' game, Morehead and Reidsville. Reidsville gets another big win over Morehead. It was a little closer than people expected for the first quarter. Reidsville kind of let Morehead hang with them. It was within 4 points for a large portion of the first quarter, which was kind of shocking, especially after Reidsville's big wins over them in recent memory. But Reidsville did come back, and they dominated quarters 2, 3, and 4, and they improved to 13-1 on the season, 7-0 in the conference. Got a spot as number 1 in the conference. We have no score update on what happened with McMichael and Carver, but it's looking like Reidsville number 1, Walkertown number 2. They had a close game earlier this year, so Walkertown and Reidsville will be competing for that 1-2 spot. Reidsville, Walkertown play this week. I expect them to meet in the conference championship. In third place is McMichael. They've got a firm grip on that. I fully expect them to take down Carver today. But after the game with Rockingham County last night, you never know. You never know, because that was way closer than it should have been, in my opinion. Rockingham County currently in 6th in the conference. Record is misleading, but they are 1-6, 4-14. Morehead falls to 1-5 in the conference, and that'll keep them in 5th place in the conference, and you want to move into the top 4. If Carver lost, they'd be currently 2-5 in the conference. So Morehead still has a chance to move up into the top 4, but that's really important here. And Morehead's now 3-13 overall. Morehead is an impressive team. they've fallen victim to an insane schedule. Coach Price scheduled it that way on purpose, but it's kind of went awry, and they have not gotten as many wins as you need. And as the Patriots have shown, sometimes you need to learn how to win, as Kevin Wilds would say. And even facing an easy schedule can be good for you. And you kind of get used to seeing the final score be your team has more than the other, and that momentum carries over. So overall, thank you all for listening. Got Reidsville girls with a 1-point victory, narrow victory, which was very surprising. And the Reidsville boys with a not surprising 41-point victory over Morehead, the exact same advantage they had over Morehead the last time these two teams played. Thank you all so much for spending your Saturday afternoon with RoCo radio coverage of the local hardwood. Reidsville, once again, Reidsville with a 42-41 victory in girls action, and I think the final score for boys action was 85-44 over the Morehead Panthers here in Eden. So glad to be back from the long ice winter break. Y'all stay safe on the roads out there, and thank you so much for listening in.
Thanks for listening to our coverage of high school basketball on RoCo Radio. Brought to you by Tri-State Steel in Reidsville, distributing quality metals for over 30 years. Our clients range from mom and pop shops and building contractors to large manufacturers and fabricators. Visit us at our 6,000 square foot, fully stocked retail metal superstore for all your needs at 2513 Richardson Drive, where we can help you meet your homeowner or hobbyist needs. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. and Saturday from 8 a.m. till noon. From pipe bollards to square tubing to finger guard material and more, our retail metal superstore has several quality metal products in stock in various sizes and ready to be cut to your exact specifications. Call for a quote today at 336-280-4859. That's 336-280-4859 for Tri-State Steel, a value community member. To find the fully archived broadcast of this game, make sure you follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Radio Rockingham, or on YouTube by searching for RoCo Radio. And you can find all of our broadcasts on your favorite podcast platform. Just search for RoCo Radio. Take care, and to find out where we'll be next, make sure you head on over to our Facebook page for more information. We'll see you soon with more coverage on the hardwood of high school basketball across Rockingham County.